controller down. It's time to talk about the gaming industry. My name is TJ Leo.
And I am a broken shell of a man. Destroyed by waterfalls and yo-yos.
Yeah, we're going to get into that later on. Yeah. This is a massive show, ladies and gentlemen. We have a lot to talk about, so we're not going to dilly-dally too much here. The format of the show is a little bit reversed, just to make my life easier. So strap yourselves in for episode 49.
With the straps. Use only approved straps.
Yeah, and watch those nether regions. You know, not too tight, unless that's what you like.
Don't want to cut off that blood flow.
No, you need that. Yes, this is episode 49 of Press Pause, a gaming podcast. I would ask you how you are, my friend, but we don't have time for that. No. So we're going to jump right into it. Housekeeping corrections. I did have a correction from last week, but we have too much to get to, so I don't care. YouTube. We are on YouTube and YouTube Music. If you want your audio-only edition, you can go to YouTube Music. The Co-op Club Discord community server is live, and join it. The link is in the description. We talk in there all the time. We had a rousing discussion last night, so join in and enjoy. All right.
And
so
before we go any further, I would like to apologize to anybody if you detect a buzzing sound in this recording. That's my refrigerator. It's going through some stuff. I hope that it won't show up, but if it does, that's what it. Yeah, but you didn't hear the air conditioning either, and I could hear that in the final version. So if you hear a buzzing, that's what it is. There's nothing wrong with your headphones or anything like that. That's my fault.
Well, the live chat can't hear it either, apparently. So it could be something that happens in post that might bring it up, but shouldn't be bad. All right, let's get into the format of the show is a little bit different this week. We're going to do the Metacritic Check-In first, ladies and gentlemen. And we'll explain to you why in a little bit. Don't know if my screen's going to crap out on me here, but we'll see how this goes. All right. Let's get some updates here. Mario Kart World is out in the world. More reviews have crept in. Sitting at an 87 from critics. So doing pretty well. And an 82 from users. So pretty on par. Seems to be universally agreed so far it has not surpassed Mario Kart 8. But Mario Kart 8 has so much content, it's kind of insane.
That game has like a decade of content behind it, and World just came out. So
and I'm sure this game is going to have DLC up the ass.
Oh, yeah.
So prepare your buttholes for the DLC onslaught. Nintendo Switch Welcome Tour has also had updated rankings, and spoilers, it's still not good. Sitting at a 53 from critics and a 34 from users. So not doing well. Don't spend your hard-earned $10 on what should have been free, ladies and gentlemen. The Bravely Default HD remaster is out. I don't know why they called it Flying Fairy. Do you have any idea why they named it that? Did you play those games?
So do you want to know? Because it's a spoiler.
Nope, don't want to know because I might play it. Sitting at an 85.
There is a fairy in it who flies, but there is also a spoiler in that title.
Interesting. Okay. I thought it maybe had something to do with like DLC or like something extra. But why didn't they just call it Bravely Default HD remaster? Why'd they add the Flying Fairy? I think that's
the Flying Fairy is there in the original version as well.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Huh. Interesting. Sitting at an 85 from critics and an 88 from users. So it's doing quite well. Dragon is Dead has gone into version 1. I've been keeping my eye on this one. It kind of gives like Blasphemous vibes, but not balls to the wall difficult. Like that game is. Sitting at a 74 currently. So not doing too bad. It's just a sort of an action RPG, side-scrolling roguelike. So it looks cool. Something to look at. The DLC for Lies of P Overture is out. And it's doing pretty well, too. Sitting at an 84 from critics.
Mm-hmm.
76 from users, but I'm going to take a wild guess and say that that's probably lowered by the insecure Souls-like fans that don't like the fact that they added difficulty options to the game.
Probably.
Yep. Well, look at that. I'm adding difficulty settings when the director himself stated in an interview. Fuck off, guys. Does it hurt you? Does it hurt your soul that more people can play your game? Not even your game. A game you like. Dumb. I have tried out the difficulty adjustments and Papa like the difficulty adjustments.
Yeah, I gotta play that game sometime because I like the idea of the weapon system in that. It sounds cool.
It's complex. It's very complex. There's a lot going on there. I've only played like the tutorial area and then like a little bit further. So I haven't really dove in because I just have a ginormous pile of games that need to be played. So I'm kind of like dipping my hand into all of them, trying to figure out what hooks me. And we'll get into that later. We're going to talk about this game a little bit later, so I'm not going to elaborate too much on this game because it's in the news. But Mind's Eye is out. For those of you who don't know what Mind's Eye is, this was from the previous creator/writer of the GTA games. I guess he worked on like GTA 3, 4, 5, like everything. He worked on like everything, but doesn't work at Rockstar anymore. So he set out to make his own game and not doing so well. we'll put it to you that way. And I had rough predictions for this game when I was seeing those trailers. I'm like, something looks off about this game. This game looks like it's aiming up here, but it has the budget down here. You know, it's like one of those. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't look like it's turned out well because it's sitting at a 43 from critics, but an even worse 25 from users.
Fuck me, dude.
And we'll get more into that in the news. It's our first news article that we'll get into. But let's move on in the Metacritic check-in here. Dune Awakening is out. Sitting at an 80 from critics, 71 from users.
I've been hearing that people are mostly liking it.
Yeah. I still don't quite understand the gameplay loop. I got to check out more about it. Like I've looked at reviews and stuff, and I'm like, I don't really get it. Like it's an open world MMO, but it's like the forest. You know, it's like survival crafting and stuff. And it's like I'm just trying to picture what that feels like. What that looks like
with on a planet that's like 99% sand.
I think you mine stuff. I don't really know though. But yeah,
so
I
it's
just
Minecraft.
All right. Yeah, I'm interested in it though. They did confirm though that the console release is not coming out until 2026 though. So that's a little bit of a bummer. But MMOs are always tricky for me because it's like
it's a commitment.
Yeah, it's like I don't. If it's free to play, I'm on board because I can try it, but I don't want to spend $60 to $80 on an MMO and then realize that I don't like it.
Yeah,
you know, it's like, it's like these games need a week free trial. They need
something like that. Yeah.
So maybe they will one day. But yeah, I'm interested. Space Marine Master Crafted Edition is out, and it's not doing so well. It's sitting at a 66 from critics and a 52 from users. Those are early though, low numbers on the reviews. I did play it. I did play the opening, and it was fine. It felt like a PS3 360 era version of Space Marine 2.
Well, that makes sense because it was a PS3 360 game.
Yeah.
Originally.
So I don't know what people were expecting, although I did see in a bunch of the comments that they apparently already did some sort of graphical update to the game a few years ago or something like that, and this isn't that much better apparently. And then there's some like save glitches, which that's just like
that's bad.
kind of not excusable.
You can't be having that.
No, that's just terrible. And then I guess like nobody's playing it online, so people have gone into like the multiplayer modes, and there's just nobody playing. So I mean, it makes sense. It's like I'm kind of surprised that they put the multiplayer mode in there, because like anybody who's playing Space Marine would play Space Marine 2.
Right, exactly.
You know, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, kind of feels like a wasted effort to put the multiplayer in there, especially if it's not that much different than the original version that's still out and works. So I don't know. And then finally, for the Metacritic Check-In, we have early reviews for The Alters, which I think I've talked about on this show like 18 times at this point. But it seems to be doing pretty well, sitting at an 84 from critics.
Yeah, nicely done.
No user scores yet, because I think it just came out today. If I'm not, yeah, it came out today. So,
yeah, that's the new 11-bit game, right?
Is it 11-bit? It's the guys who made War Is Mine and Frostpunk. And,
yeah, that's them.
Yeah. So I have that on Game Pass, and so I'm really looking forward to getting to that, because that's another game that I've been waiting for a while. All right, let's get into the news. And as I mentioned earlier, we're going to talk about Mind's Eye, because it's not going well. Courtesy of IGN, Mind's Eye's troubled launch has continued, with reports that the developer is canceling sponsored streams last minute, and some players are securing refunds. The developer has now issued a statement saying it's heartbroken over the game's difficulties. No. You're not heartbroken. You knew that this game was in this shape.
What's the problem? Is it just busted?
Oh, it's busted. It's completely. It. I have watched footage. This game looks like it needed another year.
Ouch.
Yeah, like people will be shooting at somebody, and the person that you shoot will get hit and instantly disappear.
Oh.
And it's not that they disappeared. It's that the animation for them ducking didn't happen. So then all of a sudden they reappear and start shooting at you again.
So it's, if the animation is missing, they just vanish. They don't T-pose or anything like that.
No. They're either vanishing or they're ducking, and there's no animation to get them to the ducking position. So they're like in cover.
Blink to the duck.
Yeah.
Wow.
Or they just disappear entirely. And then there's all kinds of other stuff like world clipping, falling through the world. You know, some guy was on top of a car, and he slowly over time drifted into the car to the point where he was like...
I've seen that stuff in games before. That's always fun. The slow phase through something. Yeah. And
then the mission structure, like the technical missions don't work correctly. So like I watched one mission where you're being tailed basically by a car. You're driving and you're being tailed, and the mission says lose the tail, and the player just stops, and the car just like parks right behind you and just sits there. You don't fail. Nothing. It just kind of just follows the trunk of your car, and he did like 360s, and it just kept following him in like a 360, and there was no fail state. So it was like, what is happening? He doesn't get out of his car. It just happens. And then like,
can you imagine tailing somebody and doing donuts alongside them?
Right? I'm following.
Wow. World.
I don't know he's following me
here.
Yeah, it's so stupid. And then like the AI in general is just really stupid. Like some guy figured out that the people, like the civilians that walk around, don't react to your gun, to you taking out your gun, unless you put your crosshairs on them. Then they react. But otherwise, they're just like, oh, look, a guy with a gun. Cool. Oh, he's pointing it at me. Oh, shit. Now I need to run.
Here's the question. If you go up behind somebody and point it at them, do they react?
I don't know. I think so, if I recall correctly. I watched a bunch of footage on this stuff.
They have a psychic inkling. Their spider senses tingling. Somebody's pointing a gun at me.
Yeah, and their movement is like, it makes no sense. They'll start like doing the run into a wall thing.
Oh yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, like it's just broken. The game's just clearly wasn't ready. The article continues. Build a Rocket Boy's debut title came out on June 10th across PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, and PC. On Valve's platform, it currently has a mixed user review rating, with most of the complaints revolving around performance issues, bugs, glitches, broken AI, and game crashes. Some players have reported gaining refunds, even from the notoriously stubborn Sony, rekindling memories of Cyberpunk 2077's disastrous launch back in 2020. CD Projekt's game was eventually pulled from sale on the PlayStation Store, but there's no indication yet that Mind's Eye will suffer a similar fate. Meanwhile, streamers are saying they received requests to postpone their sponsored Mind's Eye live streams, some last minute. Yeah. As spotted by Kotaku's Ethan Gach, popular streamer Co-Carnage revealed that this happened to him just as he was about to begin a live stream. He said this was the first time this has ever happened to him in his streaming career. Let me see if there's anything out here. My question is, why were these cancellations last minute? You knew the game clearly was in a bad state. So why did you even make sponsored live? What was the point of that? Hey guys, you should all go play our game. It sucks. You should go play it. We'll pay you to play our game and show people it sucks. Like,
yeah, I don't know what the logic behind that is.
What happened? Builder Rocket Boy has issued a statement. This should be fun. Quote, "We are heartbroken that not every player was able to experience the game as we intended." Was anyone able to do that? "Our priority is optimizing performance and stability so that every player across every device can enjoy an equally high-quality experience. Our teams have worked tirelessly throughout the night to solve many of these issues, and we have now identified the vast majority of crashes were caused by a memory leak."
Oh, throughout the night. Yeah. Just one all-nighter. That'll fix it.
Yeah. This memory leak has impacted roughly 1 in 10 players. We have developed a hotfix that addresses this issue, which we are working hard to deploy as soon as tomorrow on PC and on consoles once it passes certification with PlayStation and Xbox. Not sure when this writing was, as of the 12th, yesterday. Anyway, it goes on from there, but this game is a disaster. I don't get it. I will never, ever understand how a game can launch in this kind of state, just like Redfall, where it had to have passed 18 people that went, "Yep, that's fine. Ship it."
Yeah.
Baffling.
I mean, that's usually like a publisher thing, as they say, well, you have a hard launch date, come hell or high water. Who publishes this?
Did they self-publish it? Let's find out.
Because if they self-published it and then decided to release in this state, that'd be really baffling.
Oh, well, that's troubling. IO. It's the Hitman guys.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah, they're normally pretty up there in terms of quality.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Baffling story, though. Oh, yeah, there's also a CPR minigame.
Oh.
And it doesn't work properly.
Yeah.
So they're fixing that. But yeah, I think the key thing I want to point out is that Sony doesn't give refunds. They don't. They don't have a they specifically state when you purchase a game, they don't have a refund policy. You can't get a refund. So the fact that this has fallen in with Cyberpunk as like one of the only games that they are allowing that to happen on is pretty interesting.
I wonder if that's across all regions, because there are some places in the world where you legally have to give refunds.
Oh, probably. Oh, I'm sure.
Like, I'm pretty sure that's
at least
why,
in Canada. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's why Steam started allowing for refunds, because
instead of picking each region, they're just like across the board.
Yeah, because they were at some point, I think it was in Australia, some law came into effect that said you have to offer refunds. And I guess they just said, fuck it, let's just do it everywhere.
Yeah,
Which is great, actually. I'm super happy about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I wish it was like that everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, good luck to Mind's Eye. I feel like that game's
you're gonna need it.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen games come back from the dead, but it's a very rare occurrence.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know that this is one of those games that's gonna be that lucky. All right, Embracer Group. This one's interesting.
Ah, fuck me, man. Here we go.
It might not be a bad thing. It's tough to say right now.
I see that logo and I just associate it with bad feelings.
Yeah, you came onto the show after my original co-host. We did like an Embracer Group episode.
No, I was there for that.
Oh, you were there for that? Okay.
Yeah. That was
it's one of the earliest ones.
Yeah, I think that was like my second or third episode.
Yeah. So yeah, this is not necessarily bad. We'll see. We'll take a look here. So Lars, what's his last name?
The guy.
Wingsfurs, the founder of Embracer, is stepping down from his CEO role, and current deputy CEO Phil Rogers will assume the position starting August 2025. Embracer, which oversees IPs like Lord of the Rings, Dead Island, Metro, Tomb Raider, is no stranger to change, of course, after making high-profile acquisitions like the purchase of Middle-earth Enterprises and Borderlands maker Gearbox in 2022 and 2021, respectively. Embracer found itself in turmoil after a $2 billion deal with Savvy Games Group, which is Saudi, fell through. In the time since, the company has shut down Saints Row developer Volition, sold Gearbox back to 2K, split from Space Marine 2 developer Saber Interactive, and overseen thousands of layoffs. Lars called the criticism and backlash to its missteps painful. Yeah. In April. Yeah. In April 2024, Embracer announced plans to split itself into 3 separate companies: Asmodee Group, Coffee Stain and Friends, and Middle-earth Enterprises and Friends, to unleash the full potential of each team and provide them with their own leadership and strategic direction. The restructuring and closures saw 1,387 workers lose their jobs and 29 unannounced projects canceled. It recently announced plans to spin off Coffee Stain Group and rename its Lord of the Rings business Fellowship Entertainment. Lars isn't leaving Embracer entirely, however, and has been appointed executive chair of the board, with current chair... Wow.
So when do we get to the good part of this news that you were saying?
We're getting there. Well, maybe good news. Current chair Kiki Waliland, I'm going to say, is moving into deputy chair, and Lars will also be appointed director of the aforementioned Coffee Stain Group. With the start of this new phase, I am thankful for years and lessons learned as CEO of Embracer, and while the road has not always been straight, I am incredibly proud of the achievements made possible by our talented teams, which have created some incredible experiences for gamers. I want to point out that Coffee Stain Group has made a lot of good games. Just putting it out there. That seems to be like their where all the good stuff actually is coming from them, and it's usually, I think that's like their indie stuff. Because I see that logo on a lot of games that I play.
Well, it's not really indie if it's owned by a company like Embracer, is it?
Well, they're just publishing them. Yeah. I don't think they own all of those indies. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure they don't. But the good-ish news is that this new CEO, Phil Rogers, I believe, I did a little bit of research, but I believe he used to work for Square.
That's not necessarily encouraging, though.
I mean, anyone's got to be better than him, right? Yeah. He used to work.
Remember who sold Tomb Raider to these guys so that they could invest in NFTs? Well, how's that going, by the way?
True. I don't know if he was there at that time, though. It just says, I don't think he would have been responsible. It says former Square Enix America and Europe CEO. So I don't know. Let me see what he's credited on.
Whatever. It's new blood coming in, but whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it can't. Like I said, it can't get worse. Well, I hope not. Anyway,
no, it can always get worse.
it looks like he's been. It looks like he left last year. So he's been there for a while, since 2016 at the very latest that I could find. So some shifting people at the top. We'll see if Embracer pulls up. They're not doing too bad now. After they laid off 1 million people. All right, next one. Ben Studio, the makers of Days Gone, Siphon Filter, all that good stuff, unfortunately, has been hit by the layoff bug. Sony-owned Days Gone developer Ben Studio was laid off an unspecified number of staff. In a brief statement to social media, the studio said layoffs were necessary as it transitioned to its next project, admitting it is a difficult moment for our team. Ben did not expand on what its next project is, nor how many people have been affected. However, Bloomberg's Jason Schreier, what a guy. That guy is a legend, man. Is reporting around 30% of the team has been let go, which is around 40 people, which is kind of surprising. Ben's not huge. For whatever, like, I look at a game like Days Gone and I'm like, they only had like 120 people on that game? Really?
I mean, who knows how many contract workers they might have had.
Yeah. For sure. And people from Sony specifically helping them. When asked if this is perhaps signaled the whole studio would be shut down in the near future, Schreier said, notes, it's unlikely they'd have laid off 40 staff if management weren't fighting to keep it afloat. The cut comes just months after Sony canceled 2 unannounced live service games that were in development at Bend and Bluepoint.
Oh, okay. That explains it then.
Yeah.
But I bet nobody higher up's taking a pay cut to keep those people on.
Probably not.
You know? Oh, it's necessary. How about it's necessary to get rid of the people who keep making the fucking awful decisions? Whoever said, hey, we need 4 fucking live service games to be developed simultaneously, one of which is now dead, and the other is getting a shit ton of bad press in the lead up to its release.
Yeah, I feel like I saw something about Marathon, some bad news about it, but I couldn't re-find it for the show.
Yeah,
but something happened with it.
Yeah, I feel like I heard something too, but it just got washed away in all the everything that's happened this last week.
Yeah, I feel like it's supposed to release this October or September, but I feel like the rumor was that it's being pushed to 2026, which wouldn't shock me at all.
No, not in the slightest.
Based on that recent topic that we talked about.
I will be blown away if that game comes out this year.
I'll be blown away if it comes out.
I'd be very happy if it didn't. Like, not to say that, oh man, this thing that all these people have worked very hard on should never come out, but like, it shouldn't be that thing that it is. You know, the thing that exists to, basically Frankenstein the name onto the body of something else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, I'd have no problem with Marathon as a franchise coming back, but not like this.
Yeah.
You know? Sometimes better is better.
And honestly, I just kind of want to see Bungie do something that's not multiplayer. I really want to see them tackle a single-player game at this point.
Mm-hmm.
All right. New report on Dragon Age: The Veilguard's development turmoil.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
So a report has shed new light on Veilguard's tumultuous development and raises concerns about the future of BioWare. Jason Schreier, once again, Bloomberg's Jason Schreier, the man, the myth, legend, has revealed new insights into the ongoings at BioWare during the making of the Veilguard, revealing exactly why it ended up disappointing some fans with a lack of meaningful choice and consequence, key qualities BioWare's best games are known for. By the way, I disagree with that. And I feel like a lot of people that claim that it had lack of meaningful choice and consequence probably didn't even play it or beat it. So, because I did, and I thought it was great. So I feel like it's a lot of hyperbole from people that just want to hate on it for other reasons. But Schreier revealed that many of the Veilguard's issues were a hangover from the pivot from multiplayer back to single-player RPG, including its tone, dialogue, and lack of tough choices for the player. One tidbit stands out. BioWare was spooked by the failure of Square Enix's Forspoken, worrying the Veilguard's now out-of-fashion snarky tone would fuel a similar fate. So a belated rewrite of the game's dialogue was ordered to make it sound more serious, and this in turn resulted in tonal inconsistencies. I do agree with that. There are some tonal inconsistencies throughout the game, but I wouldn't say it's egregious. It didn't turn me off of playing the game or getting to the end or wanting to play it a second time.
Yeah, a game like that is going to have a lot of dialogue to rewrite, and honestly, it sounds like the right choice because, yeah, people are really, really tired of that style of writing, which I don't blame them for.
I agree.
It did kind of get like suddenly everyone was doing it, and it just kind of grinded it into dust. Like it's fine to have that kind of thing here and there, but there was a period of there's a period of almost a decade where just everything was like that.
Borderlands kind of kicked it off,
and we're not just in video games, in movies as well.
Oh yeah, for sure.
TV
Marvel.
shows, we're just kind of getting out of it. Like there's a certain amount of quote unquote snark that's like, yeah, it can be funny at the right time, but when everything is like that,
trends suck. I hate trends. Like, why can't everyone just have their own vision and not follow the trends?
It's because somebody who has absolutely no creative mind but has a lot of money says, hey, that thing is very popular, do the thing that thing does. It's the reason why after Halo came out, every shooter was suddenly regenerating health and 2-weapon limit. And Halo gets blamed for that, which is, it's not Halo's fault. It's everybody taking the wrong lessons from Halo and thinking, oh, regenerating health and 2-weapon limit is how you make a successful game. Well, no, because Halo balances its entire experience around those things, and a lot of the other games didn't.
Yeah, and now we're kind of like pivoting all the way back to health kits and stuff.
Oh, we got back to there a while ago. I mean, it's not like everything is like that. Call of Duty is still very much like that. But I mean, a big part is like the massive renaissance in retro throwback shooters has really pushed the needle back the other way.
Yep.
Among other things, some people are just getting tired of it. Like I remember, Resistance 3 came out and was
back to the health.
Yeah, just kind of bucked that trend entirely.
What a series! That's a series that needs to be remastered. There were also internal concerns about how the Veilguard was being marketed. An initial trailer made the Dragon Age seem more like Fortnite than a dark fantasy role-playing game, triggering concerns that EA didn't know how to market the game. I never saw that. I never got that feeling from it either. People just looked at the game and went, "Oh, look, it's got a Fortnite art style," and it really doesn't. If you play the game is freaking gorgeous.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
It's very colorful.
Yeah, it's just very colorful.
You look at this image and it's super colorful, which is one of the things people complained that gaming wasn't doing. All the brown and bloom games. It's like, well, now colors are Fortnite. It's like, come on. Like
exactly.
People just complain about whatever.
Yeah, they do. Exactly. It's so annoying. And this is one of the most egregious examples of just fake outrage. It's so annoying. Because I played the game and it's amazing. I can objectively say it's an amazing game and you should play it. It's great. Dumb people.
Yep.
The upshot of the Veilguard's failure is that a small team is working on Mass Effect 5, but there are concerns about BioWare's future. Dragon Age appears dead following the failure of the Veilguard, which, when counting Mass Effect Andromeda and Anthem, is BioWare's third flop in a row. Could EA close it down? Bloomberg quoted TD Cowen analyst Doug Kreutz as saying that while EA needs more than sports to be successful, if they shuttered the doors of BioWare tomorrow, I wouldn't be totally surprised. It's been over a decade since they produced a hit.
Well, now hold on. Veilguard hasn't been the meteoric success that they hoped for, but like,
yeah, it's not a flop though.
It's not Mass Effect Andromeda. Let's be very clear about that.
And not Anthem.
No. This is a game that, number one, people have played, and number two, works.
Yes.
So it is already miles ahead of those, and I don't think it's fair to compare it to those. Again, has it been the massive, international smash hit, 20 million sales that they hoped it would be? No.
But I think they said it sold at least 2 million, which is decent.
That's decent
for a AAA game.
I can understand wanting more. It's the kind of thing that you would hope would hit 4 or 5 million.
Yeah, so EA's expectations, they said Veilguard only hit about 50% of what their expectations were. So it sounds like 4 or 5 makes more sense.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, they made some choices that didn't resonate with with a certain crowd, shall we say, without going deeper into it.
Yeah. Also, it's just been a long time since Inquisition.
Yeah. It took way too long.
Yeah. It was not in a good, it had a lot of stuff going up against it.
Yeah.
But yeah, to associate it with those other two games, I think
unfair.
It's unfair.
Yeah. Go play it. Don't listen to the freaking morons out there that say this game sucks. It's great. It's a great game. I actually kind of want to get back to it. I think about it every so often where I'm like, man, that game was good. Very underrated. All right, we're almost through the news. At the Konami press conference, they announced that Bloober Team, the team that made the Silent Hill 2 remake, is now working on a Silent Hill 1 remake.
Mm-hmm.
Shocker.
Yeah.
That game's probably a good 3 or 4 years away, though. So
I'm sure. There's no question.
not really sure why they bothered with that, but
well, because it would be weird to not have the original.
No, I mean, I think it's just weird to announce it this early. It's it's like announcing Elder Scrolls 6. I was like, okay, we'll see that in a decade and a half, I guess.
Yeah.
Not that this will take that long, but
yeah. Actually, it's good that we're talking about this because we got so much to talk about today. We're probably not going to say much about the Konami show that they had. No. I moused through it, and there was some stuff there that was cool. More stuff than I expected. Actually,
did they show the octopus game?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't want to see any more of it. I just because it looked so good the first time I saw it. Darwin's Paradox.
Yeah, they showed a bunch of it.
Oh, can't wait for that game.
It looks cute. But they did. So you know how they did that thing with Marvel Tokon or whatever, right? The
Marvel Tokon. Yep.
And they had that big interview with all the ArcSys people. Well, Konami basically did the same thing here, but for Silent Hill F. And you remember how I was saying I don't understand how this is a Silent Hill game? Does it have anything to do with the town, or is it a vibes thing? Well, they basically answered that question. It's a vibes thing. They expressed that.
So there's no connection. Okay.
There's no real connection. It's more about the tone, because a bunch of those later Silent Hill games were developed outside of Japan. And they explain how the point of Silent Hill was to kind of bring a Japanese style of horror to an American setting. But when they moved the development outside of Japan, it lost a lot of the Japanese style horror. So
now they don't need to do that.
Yeah. Well, now they want to. Now they've basically said we want to overcorrect for that and make it ultra Japanese horror, and to the point of setting it in Japan. So I'm like, okay, that answers my question. And they talked. Apparently they're co-developing it with I think it's a Hong Kong studio, which I'm not familiar with. It's called Neobard. But but they talked to people there, and I mean, it's obviously Konami has edited all this footage, and they're obviously going to present it in the best light possible. But it sounded like the people at that studio knew what they were doing. Like it sounds like they understand the assignment, right? Like they're talking about.
The game looked great from the trailer.
Yeah, well, they're talking about finding. They said that the philosophy is finding beauty in the grotesque, and I look at what they've shown in the game, and I go, yeah, I mean, it's freaky looking, but it's like there's that red sort of growth on stuff that looks kind of like it almost kind of looks like vines creeping up stuff or like cherry blossoms or whatever. It's kind of pretty, but it also looks like things are bleeding, like it's kind of got a little bit of both. And I looked at that and I said, oh yeah, that makes total sense. I now completely understand the aesthetic they're going for.
Yep.
And now I understand the philosophy behind it. So yeah, it looks good. It sounds good. I am now understanding what the deal with Silent Hill F is, and I'm looking forward to it. Those interviews completely
sold you.
Just, yeah, they sold me on it. It's like, okay, I get it now. I'm on the same page as you guys. I like it.
I think it also allows them to reboot the franchise without feeling like it's being rebooted. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because like
soft reboot.
Yeah, it's a soft reboot because it's like it has no ties to the previous story, so you can go into Silent Hill F and just enjoy it as it is.
Yeah,
you don't have to know anything.
It is a Silent Hill in style.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like it.
That's sure. If they want to apply that to other settings, and it's about the vibe. Now I understand. Okay, yep. I'm all in. Let's do it.
Yep. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that game and see how it does. All right. Just a few last notes here about oh crap. Well, I just lost one. I'll have to regain that somehow. Few Nintendo Switch 2 notes. First of all, they've announced a new Switch 2 exclusive, and it's a new Splatoon game, Splatoon Raiders.
Yes, it is a single-player focused game.
Yeah, so that's interesting.
Yeah, kind of neat.
Yeah, I need to know a little bit more about how it plays and what it's like, but I'm kind of interested in that idea because I like the vibe of Splatoon. I just really don't give a shit about the Splatoon game, the gameplay itself. It's just multiplayer stuff is not my bag typically, Yeah,
Splatoon is
PvP.
fun, but it's a lot of waiting around. It's a lot of doing the same levels over and over again. But you're totally right about the look of the game. Like those games are gorgeous. They really.
Yeah, very cool.
It's kind of like it almost kind of reminds me of Jet Set Radio in the heavily urban like street culture theming of it. Yeah. And the fact that you're splashing paint on everything.
Yeah, graffiti style. And then Nintendo has hidden a few cool Easter eggs for the GameCube within Switch 2. With the launch of Nintendo's new console, fans have been finally able to play GameCube games using Nintendo Switch Online. But load up a title from the era of Nintendo's beloved Purple Brick, and you'll note that something is missing. The console's iconic startup animation.
No.
Anyone who owned a GameCube will have the image of the console's logo unfurling around the screen burned into their memories as its chirpy soundtrack played. Well, with a simple button press, Nintendo actually allows you to restore this sequence. Not that the console ever specifically tells you how to do it. Credit then goes to Spawnwave for noting that you can prompt the GameCube startup animation by holding the Switch 2's control stick in any direction while loading the Switch Online GameCube app. This will then play the retro console startup sequence just as you remembered it, except this isn't quite as you remember it. It's actually polished up in 4K. Yes, this new shiny new version of the logo that debuted during Nintendo's Switch 2 Direct earlier this year when GameCube games were first confirmed for the console. As tested by IGN, a further version of this Easter egg allows you to replicate the secondary GameCube startup sound, prompted on the original console by holding down its Z button. On Switch 2, you must tilt the control stick and hold down the R button in order to have it happen.
It's so weird that you have to do this. Like, it should just be there.
Yeah, it's just I don't know what they just decided to make it an Easter egg instead of a thing. Now fans are wondering the third GameCube startup sound might also be included, hidden behind an even more secret button combination. Mm-hmm. This could originally be prompted by the Z button down on 4 GameCube controllers at once on the original GameCube. Over the weekend, fans plugging in their new wireless GameCube controllers made for use with the Nintendo Switch discovered the pads now incorporated gyro controls for the first time, opening up many possibilities for use in various retro games. Right now, the Switch's online Nintendo GameCube collection includes Wind Waker, F-Zero GX, and Soul Calibur 2. So I thought that was kind of cute and neat. All right. This is where we do a big shift. A big shift in the story, shall we say. So I'm going to do a little swapperoo here. And hopefully this works the way I intend. I'm not going to include audio for the videos. All right. So we're going to get into what we're playing. I'm going to get my stuff out of the way before we get to what we've been playing.
I thought maybe we should do mine first because mine is very brief.
Sure, go ahead. I don't have any footage for it because I didn't know you had one.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's just Steam NextFest is going on. So we've both been playing demos and stuff. Mm-hmm. And I played a few demos, and I gotta say, it's not been great for me this last week. I've been let down by some stuff and just unimpressed by others. I didn't play a single demo where I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. Admittedly, I didn't play very many, but I felt kind of demoralized. So I played the demo for Ninja Gaiden.
Oh no, we're going to talk about that. We're talking about NextFest later.
Oh, okay. I thought we were going to do like the demos that we were playing.
We are
as what we're playing.
I said I'm going to get mine out of the way, the ones that I've been playing alone first.
Okay,
not the demos. These aren't demos. These aren't demos. I've played the full games.
Oh, these are full games.
Yes, full games. Yeah,
okay.
Getting full games out of the way first that you haven't played, and then I'm going to get into the demos.
Okay,
yeah,
I was confused.
Okay, so was I. I don't have too much to say on these two, but I wanted to get them out of the way so that I don't have to talk about them again. So I've been playing Assassin's Creed Shadows. I rented it or loaned it, I guess, from the library, which, again, I'm still shocked that is a thing that I can do for free.
Yeah.
Super cool. But I've taken it back. This is the first Assassin's Creed that I don't think I will be finishing. I played, I want to say, a good 20 to 25 hours of the game. And it just would not get its hooks in me. Right. And I've done some soul searching because I've just full disclaimer, I have played every Assassin's Creed game to the end. Every single one of them. I've played and beaten them all. I love Assassin's Creed. But this one is, for whatever reason, different. And I do have a couple of reasons why I didn't like it. Number one, if you know Assassin's Creed games, then you'll know why these things are different and a problem. So in previous Assassin's Creed games, the open world is super huge, super exciting, super dense, tons of stuff everywhere. Traveling it is super fun, getting the viewpoints and climbing things and all that kind of stuff. It doesn't work very well with the world that they've created here. And I guess it's partly due to the setting. It is basically just a shitload of trees. It is just trees for as long as you can see, and just peppered in there are areas like what you're seeing here, where there are buildings and if you can call them buildings, structures, walls.
Well, they are built, so they're buildings.
Yeah, I mean, sure. The problem is that these areas are fun. What we're seeing here right now, those areas are fun. The problem is everything in between. So how do I explain this? In Assassin's Creed 3, they did a forest area. They called it the wilderness area. And they mapped out all of the trees so that you could jungle your way through them like a freaking Tarzan. In this game, they did none of that. And the area is like 18 times, that's probably more than that, bigger than the area from Assassin's Creed 3. So you're basically just running through thick foliage that makes you not able to see farther than like 10 feet in front of you. So you're basically just pointing your horse towards a compass point and going, all right, run through the trees.
Is it at least like a cool bamboo forest like you'd have in a samurai movie?
Yeah, it mixes. It's very authentic. You know, Ubisoft's environments are usually fantastic in these games. And I'm sure it's very true to the time and the era and the place. But because of the way that the environment is designed, it really sort of encourages you to stay on the paths, the traveled paths through the forest, and that's kind of where they've put everything. But when 80% of the map is foliage, it doesn't make for a very compelling place to explore.
Yeah, what's the point of having that big open world if there's nothing in it?
I mean, there are things in it, but it's like, if I want to explore a forest, let me explore the forest. Don't make the forest the part that I want to avoid. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It just, you get up on these viewpoints and you see these trees in every direction and it looks beautiful. And then you try to go through them and it's like there's nothing there. It's just trees and trees and trees and foliage and foliage and foliage. And it just encourages you to stay out of there and just go on paths. And that is not Assassin's Creed to me. In Assassin's Creed, every other Assassin's Creed game I've ever played, it's get on a viewpoint, you look everywhere, you can go everywhere, there's something everywhere you look, and you just want to explore. Like Zelda, Breath of the Wild, and Tears of the Kingdom. Mm-hmm. But in this, it's like, it's just trees everywhere. And it just got so boring. So yeah, that bothered me. I was like, I don't want to take the path. That's just lame. That doesn't feel like exploring. That just feels like I'm a civilian, mm-hmm. just traveling the roads. And I was just like, oh, this is brutal. And then for some stupid reason, they changed the skill system in the game. So in the previous Assassin's Creed games, you would typically unlock your moves and your skills. So like, you have your normal combat moves. Okay, here, I'm going to pause that right there so you can see. So you have your normal like light attack and your heavy attack. That's your normal stuff, your dodge, your parries, all that kind of stuff. But if you hold down, I think it's left trigger or right trigger, you'll see these icons appear in the bottom right-hand corner. And those are your skills. So it'll be like a super quick slash that does a bunch of damage, or you'll like do like a Spartan kick, to a guy, or it's your super powerful moves that you have to build up your adrenaline meter to use. Mm-hmm. The problem is, in previous Assassin's Creed games, you would unlock new tiers and get to spend your skill points on those tiers as you level up. In this game, leveling up basically does shit all. It gives you those skill points to spend, but you can't unlock more tiers unless you do specific missions to unlock them. And it's not like it's easy. There's these orange icons that represent that type of mission on the map when you find them, but they only give you 1 point for doing it. And to get from tier to tier, you need to do like 8 of them. So you're basically just wandering the map looking for these stupid orange icons so that you can get more skills, so you can get more powerful. But it's not fun. They're stupid missions. They're missions like, oh, go to this temple and look for the 3 flags and grab the 3 flags.
Yeah.
Yay.
Pointless busy work.
Yeah, pointless busy work. And I'm just like, why am I not just unlocking this as I play the game? Mm-hmm. Why do I have to go out of my way to these stupid side missions that are boring and stupid? This is not something... They've taken it back from how cool it was in the previous games and made it more annoying to play. And so I got 25 hours in, and I only unlocked the second tier. And I was like, I'm really getting fucking tired of using the same move in combat over and over. Like, combat in previous Assassin's Creed games, combat continuously evolves because you unlock new skills and you're like, oh, I want to try that and see how that's going to affect. Oh, okay, it does that. Oh, sick. Okay, and it just continuously evolves. You upgrade those skills. It just keeps getting more and more unraveled. But you don't have to go through this arbitrary orange icon hunt in order to do it in the previous games. So
it's like if like in Devil May Cry, you use red orbs to purchase new moves for your like new combos and stuff. This is like, oh, you still have to spend the red orbs, but then you also have to complete the like the extra side missions that the game has to unlock those. When those extra side missions are usually just there to get you like super high quantities of red orbs and stuff. It's like if it was, oh, complete this objective and you'll unlock the skill, fine. But it's complete this objective and you'll have the privilege of still having to buy the skill. Kind of thing. It's just you're just making it twice as complicated. And
it's just unnecessary. Yeah. Like why put a barrier in front of fun?
Yeah.
It's just
you
so
had a
weird.
Perfectly good system that worked already.
Yeah.
There's
like
no
why did you break it?
There's no need to overcomplicate it or make it more cumbersome than it already is.
So that's problem number 2. which is probably my biggest issue. Well, I can't be because I brought up the environment issue first. Another issue is that these characters, man, I understand in these games that it takes time to warm up to them typically, and that by the end of the game you're in love with these characters because they're long journeys. These are long games. They're 100-hour plus type experiences usually. But I just found myself not really identifying or caring about any of these characters.
Is it because they bore you or is it because they piss you off?
Yeah, I just don't think they had any charisma.
Oh, so for me, the worst, like the thing that will get me to stop engaging in whatever media is when I hate everybody. Last year, I watched the entirety of the original Gundam, and I loved it because the characters were interesting and the story was interesting. The pacing was mostly really good, which is way more than I expected for an anime series from 1979. It impressed the hell out of me. And then I tried moving on to Zeta Gundam, which is the sequel, and I hated every single character in that show. Like every single person in that show is just a massive asshole. Like it's just like you're supposed to sympathize with Camille because oh no, he's in such a bad situation, but it's like, Camille, you stole a fucking Gundam because you were pissed off at somebody. Like, this is a problem of your own making. It's kind of like Kratos in God of War. It's like, oh, feel sorry for him because his wife and child were killed. Oh yeah, who killed them, Kratos?
Yeah.
Whose fault is that?
No.
Like everybody in Zeta Gundam is such an unlikable prick, and I just had to stop watching because I didn't want I wanted everybody to die. Like I wanted everybody to lose. There are no winners here because I hate them all. And why would I keep watching this show about people that I hate?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So
it wasn't to that level in here. I said, it was just a lack of charisma, a lack of connection.
Yeah.
I understood their stories and their plight.
Yeah.
And there was some decent acting in there, which I enjoyed as well. I don't know. Like previous Assassin's Creed games typically have a little bit of humor shoved in there. There really wasn't any, in the 25 hours that I played. So I didn't really have like this like relationship with these characters.
I think
very dry.
People now, I will say, storytelling in popular media, I think, has been getting better at it overall. but there are still people who don't understand that you need to have levity even in really grim situations, because like, there are moments in life that are just like really funny, or things that are just kind of goofy and identifiable. And if you don't have, like, if everybody's just serious and grumbly all the time and there's nothing to kind of lighten the mood, then it just, and the opposite is also true. If you've got a really goofy story that suddenly gets really dark and serious out of nowhere, it really kind of throws the mood. Like, I love Disgaea on the PS2, but that's a game that has that problem where it's super goofy comedy all the time, and then suddenly it gets really dark towards the end of the game. And I was like, that was I'm not saying that it's
a sharp left turn.
Yeah, like it's not that you can't do that, but it's got to be like, it can't just be that abrupt.
No,
you know,
no,
it's gotta that turn has got to be more gradual.
Yeah, this one's very serious. There's some cute moments in it. There's like a little kid that you meet, and he's kind of cute. But then it gets dark again,
I saw in this video that you can pet the dog, because like that's a thing that people still care about. Yeah. Remember when that Twitter account was really popular, like 8 years ago?
Yeah. What else do I want to say? The actual gameplay when you're doing stuff like this stuff is fun. This is enjoyable. But there's still problems with it even here. I don't know if you've noticed, but every time you pass a light, a symbol comes up to extinguish it. And it's the same button that you use to close doors. Like there,
yeah,
see?
Yeah, I'm seeing the little pop-ups floating everywhere.
So when you're next to a door and a light, it's like, I want to fucking turn off the light. Oh, now I've been seen. Fucking thanks, game. That kind of shit.
I've also noticed that this ninja character has been sticking really close to a lot of really bright light sources, as if nobody is ever going to turn around.
Yeah,
and like,
well, this is one of those guided gameplay trailers.
Yeah,
so, you know, you can ignore that.
This is a thing that always kind of gets me, is like, in a lot of stealth games, it's like, oh well, if somebody isn't within 30 feet of you, it doesn't matter if they're looking right at you. If they're 100 feet away and they'd be able to see you quite clearly in real life, no, they're just blind. Like, it's like their eyes have extremely close distance fog.
Yeah, it's true. But I mean, it is a game. I don't know how you're...
and I understand why they do that, but it's like watching this character like stand so close to the light. It's like, that is not a thing you would do.
No. Also, the stealth mechanics are really good in the game.
Yeah.
Though.
The other thing is the idea that, you would wear an outfit like this, like, you might as well have a big sign. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, it's more of like, you might as well have a big fucking sign on you that says, "I'm here to do no good."
Yeah, no, for sure.
Know? Like, this is why the Hitman games are so much more realistic in terms of stealth. It's because you're blending in. It's not you're not wearing a giant "Hello, I am an assassin" outfit.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely has the same issues that the series has always had. One big gameplay issue I had, though, is so there's two characters. You play as him, who's basically just an overpowered fighter, but he can't really stealth. There's no stealth really with him. And then she's more of a stealthy assassinate type person. The problem is that they really encourage you to do her stuff at night because of the stealth system with shadows and stuff like that. But unlike previous Assassin's Creed games, there's no dedicated button to fast forward time.
Oh God.
So
there's no rest until sunset or anything? Oh God.
You could literally, in the previous Assassin's Creed games, you could literally just hold down the select button or the equivalent, and it would fast forward time to the next cycle. So if you're in daytime, it'll make it nighttime. If you're in nighttime, it'll make it daytime.
Yeah, MGS5
this game just doesn't have it.
MGS5 has that, where you have like the e-cigarette or whatever.
Yes, yeah.
This
game has no fast time at all. It does, for some stupid reason, though, allow you to change seasons.
What?
Yeah, so the game has a season system, and guard locations will change based on the season. Terrain changes based on the season, which is really cool. Like, it's really interesting, but you can fast forward to the next season when you want.
Oh man, I'll just wait until winter. I'll just stand here and wait until winter.
No, you don't want to be in winter because you can't move fast in the snow. So you want it to be like summer, basically.
My point is, it's like, I'll just stand here and wait a few months for the seasons to change, just like a fucking statue. But I I can't just chill out on a bench until the sun goes down.
Yeah, it's you see what I mean though? This game just had so many like annoyances for me where I'm just like, okay, I'm kind of over it. This game is causing itself more problems for reasons that I can't really understand. Just bad design decisions. Because look at that combat. That combat's amazing.
It doesn't make sense when a game takes out stuff that it had before that was good. Sense. Like, it's baffling.
Yeah, especially when now the gameplay really revolves around nighttime. It's like, so you want me to just stand here until nighttime comes? Like, holy shit, it's really stupid. And it's such a shame too, because like I really enjoyed like this combat was so fun. Like, look how brutal that is. So good. It just felt so punchy and gritty and just like well, bam, bam. Like so, it just so good. And the stealth was so good, but man, they had too many small problems with it. So I might revisit it, because I the first time I played Valhalla, when I played Valhalla at launch, and then I played it again like a year ago, the game was completely different. They've done these. They continue to tweak, edit, and add to these games like nobody's business. Like they're live service games. It's crazy. Like I think they added another 150 hours of gameplay to Valhalla between launch and the end. Like it's just a fucking new game. Like, it's crazy. So I might revisit Shadows a couple years from now and see, if they've fixed some of these complaints that I have. There's no way to fix the environment, unfortunately. But maybe they'll fix some of the like button issues, and I mean, there's no way to fix the charisma. Maybe I won't. Maybe I won't. I don't know.
Man, really professional of that ninja to have her hair positioned only in front of her eyes and nowhere else on her face.
Oh yeah, this is bullshit right here, by the way. So you see how she's wearing her hood?
Yeah.
In every cutscene that I had, whatever headgear that you're wearing doesn't appear in the cutscenes.
Oh my god.
I'm like, why is that? In previous games, you could decide. It was an option in the options. Display headgear in cutscenes. It's not even an option in this game. It's like, why are they removing shit?
Yeah.
It's so dumb.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm tired of yapping on this, but this game makes me even more worried for Ubisoft at this point, because I'm just like, people are enjoying it apparently. I don't know. Maybe they didn't play the previous Assassin's Creed games, because
maybe
the previous ones are better. All right, and then I have a small update on Monster Train 2.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you were talking to that about me.
I was freaking out, man. I was freaking out. Spoilers ahead. Spoilers ahead. If you are playing Monster Train or Monster Train 2, and you don't want to know any spoilers, this is a huge one. So if you don't intend on playing it, it's not that big a deal. But it was a big deal to me as a Monster Train fan. So I'm nearing leveling up all 5 of the teams to the 10th level, which is where you've unlocked everything for their respective decks. So you have all the cards and everything, right? And all of a sudden, this cutscene plays after one of my runs, and it had like a those Smash Brothers trailers where they were like,
oh yeah,
like a shadow figurine appeared.
A new fighter
challenger approached
the arena. Yeah,
challenger approaches. That kind of thing happened, and I'm like, wait, I recognize that. Oh, and then it appeared, and I was like, you're shitting me. Like I'm pretty sure I said that out loud. And as it turns out, all 5 of the decks and heroes from the first game are in this game.
All right.
So not only can you play the 5 decks from the new game, all of the decks and all of the cards from the first game are now in it. So now not only can you synergize between the 5 new ones, but you can synergize between the new ones and the old ones. Never expected that in a million years. I was like, there's no way. The amount of balancing that you would have to do to make that make sense. But they did it, man.
Yeah.
They did it. And oh my god, I can't explain to you how exciting that is. Props to the guys who made Monster Train and Monster Train 2. Jesus, like what a game. And I'm still going. And I feel like there's still something else coming because there's still locked shit that I can't access from the main menu. And I'm like, what is behind door number 1 and door number 2? I cannot express how great these games are. Also, yeah, I don't know if you see Cult of the Lambs in there. There's some crossovers that are in the game. There's like a Palatro crossover, Cult of the Lamb crossover. There's another one. I don't know if they're maybe from the same publisher or something, and that's how they all kind of got in. But dude, officially my favorite card game of all time. Officially, so good. So good. All right. That's the last time I will gush about Monster Train 2, maybe. Let's move on to the next NextFest demos. Did you get to play this one? I told you to play it. Did you play it?
No, I haven't played it yet.
This game. Oh, this game's going to be funny. This game's going to be good. So this is Dispatch. This is from the former Telltale guys that didn't reform Telltale. This is Ad Hoc Studios. And it's funny. So it is similar to the Telltale games in that you make these decisions like this. But it's also a dispatch operator type game. So I don't know if you've ever played like 911 Operator or This Is the Police.
No, but I like we've seen this game before. I know how it works.
Yeah, so fun, so good. The writing is brilliant. The comedy is so good. I didn't finish the demo because I was like, you know what? I've seen enough. I can't wait for this. This just should be a movie or a TV show. It's so good. The writing is amazing. So yeah, highly recommend you guys check out Dispatch. It is so good. I cannot wait for this game. It is easily made its way into my like top 10 anticipated games list. So, I don't think it has a release date yet, which is makes me a little sad because I don't know when it's coming. But oh boy, I hope it turns out as well as it feels in this demo. So good. Let's see what's our next one here. All right, Ragebound. So you had some things to say.
Yeah, I was.
We
really
both played this one.
Yeah, I was really looking forward to it, and then I played it, and I did not like it at all.
Why?
It nothing about it felt good.
What?
The double jump timing off enemies was weird. It feels like you can jump further than you actually can. Like nothing felt intuitive about it. They don't explain stuff really well. The charge attack being a thing that only lasts for a second before it goes away, and you could use health to charge it, and you don't get that health back was it was really bad. The moment where I was like, okay, I'm done, was when I got to a point where I had to do a charged throwing attack, but I had no idea that I could do a charged throwing attack because the game didn't seem to tell me anywhere that I could do it, and I kept trying to do it. Oh, but only the knife can be a charged throwing attack. The sickle, no, it can't be. Just the knife. I didn't even get to a point where I had a sickle. I quit the demo before I must have got there. Yeah, well, you it's the second level, and then suddenly you have this other character, and it's like, where did that come from?
Oh, I seen that. Yeah.
I guess maybe there's like a story thing that they didn't include in the demo. That's fine.
Yeah.
But like, they only give you the most basic explanation of things, and the rest of it is figure it out yourself. Well, how would I know to figure it out myself when like the game starts out with a tutorial level where it tells me stuff? I'm expecting that it's going to tell me the other stuff now. You know, like I don't want to have to figure out shit in a Ninja Gaiden game. This is a game where I fucking run around and I kill monsters and do platforming. Like, I don't want to do puzzles. It's not.
Puzzles? There wasn't any puzzles.
Yeah, there are. You obviously didn't play the second level.
I played a little bit of it. The one with the girl, right?
Yeah. They're not very good puzzles, but it's like, figure out how to hit this switch. It's like, yeah, but this is slowing the gameplay down. I want to keep running and slashing at things and jumping off shit, and I don't want to... Yeah, see, like you gotta
Yeah, you got to hit
like
that, and then
charge
you hit
up and hit
the.
those things. I
Yeah.
don't want to do that. I just want to
Oh.
fucking run around and kill. Like it feels like it's Ninja Gaiden in name only, and it doesn't even feel like it's
Mm.
very good even in name only. Like
Wow.
I did not like it at all. I mean
Wow.
the animation is amazing, but I was
yeah.
so disappointed. I didn't like it at all. Like even from the first moment, I was like, oh, this feels this.
Wow.
This
That's shocking to
controls
me.
feel a little bit weird. Like something about the movement. I can't put my finger on it, but something about the movement, something about the jumping. It just doesn't feel right. I I don't I don't know how to explain it. It pisses me off that I don't know how to explain it, but it just didn't feel right from the very first moment I started moving. I was like, this feels weird. Also, I kept expecting to be able to do an air dash, and I can't do an air dash.
Yeah,
But
I did miss
do a
that.
dash, but just not in the air. You know, like
Yeah, I feel like
feels
that's probably something that comes later.
I mean, maybe,
But
like it. This is
But yeah, I
my
agree.
impressions of the demo, and it's not
Yeah.
in what I played of the demo. So
Yeah, I
don't
agree.
know.
There should be an air dash, but I loved it. I played it like twice, the first level twice, because it was just like I love the satisfaction of one shotting the big guys with the hypercharge. I didn't really use the self hit thing. Like
Yeah,
the point of the charge floating on one of the enemies is to tell you who to hit first.
Yeah, but like, why does
'Cause
it
then you
only
just chain
last
it.
for a second? If it's
Because
only
it's supposed to be a fast game. You're
yeah,
supposed
but
to be
if
able
it's a
to
one and
do
done
do 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 do
attack,
do.
then well, it's like you have a moment usually to use it right away. So
Mhm.
why even bother? Like, what if I get hit and bounce back? Oh, my hypercharge is gone because I waited more than 2 seconds to attack. Like, I just it seems like such a stupid, pointless thing to put a time limit on, especially such a short time limit. And the fact that it doesn't refund you the health when you hypercharge by sacrificing your own health, it's just
I think
it's
it's because you're not supposed to do that unless you have to.
yeah,
That's
but
kind of the.
if that's the case, then why take it away from? It's baffling. It's such a stupid thing to do.
I think they want the game to have a rhythm. I think is the deal, and I got the rhythm. So maybe you just didn't get the rhythm. Like I like, and every time I entered a room or saw an enemy, I was like, okay, got to hit you, then you, then you, then you. Okay, what do I do after that? There must be another enemy coming. Yep, there he is. Like it's like a dance that you got to play. But I can see that would turn people off.
Yeah, I get that, but it always felt like it was out of step with me. Like I don't know how else to describe it.
No, I know what you mean. You
yeah.
have to have a perfect rhythm for that game. I like it took me a while to get it, but once I got it, I was like in sync, and I was
Also,
moving and not stopping, and
I couldn't tell if like which enemies have the hypercharge or predetermined, or if it's random.
yes. Yeah, it's predetermined.
Okay, because it felt kind of random, and I was like, this seems
Yeah,
really arbitrary, but also there always seems to be one, so maybe it's pretty. I don't know.
No, it's predetermined
nothing-
because you're supposed to use it on the enemies that take six normal hits, so you
I
can one
also
shot them.
found that sometimes the enemy with the hypercharge would come sort of at the end of the string of enemies.
Yep.
So I'm left with a hypercharge that I can't do anything with. Like, why did?
At the end? Oh, I never had that problem. Yeah, you definitely didn't get the rhythm. There's a rhythm and like it's all, I don't want to say it feels like a dance game, but it kind of does feel like a dance game where you have to be paying very close attention to enemy patterns and where they're coming from. And there's a big guy over here. That means that there's a hypercharge coming. Wait for the hypercharge. Don't bother with him. Look everywhere else except for him right now and just dodge whatever he's throwing. Oh, there he is. There's the guy. And then some little dude will come off the screen, hit him, get the hypercharge, go over to the big guy and kill him. Like it's kind of like, see right there. Kind of like right there.
But there are other times where it's like, I felt like, if I just hammer the button and kill this guy, it'll be just as fast as waiting for the enemy with the hypercharge to show up. You know,
But that's counterintuitive to.
It's counterintuitive, but if it gets the same result just as quickly, I don't know. The whole thing just felt off. I didn't like it.
Yeah, I would recommend it to people. Give it a try because if you can get the rhythm, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful game. It feels like a dance. It's one of those games that kind of feels like a runner game where you should really never be standing still. You should always be moving and always be watching for the keys that are happening. And so like this guy here, this is just a single enemy, but let's see if it shows like a big dude here. There, okay, so there, see what I mean?
Yeah, no, I know.
So
but
there was a big guy, so it was like, don't bother with him because there's a hypercharged guy coming, and then right behind him spawned a hypercharged guy. So you kill him first, then you go after the big guy. Like that's, and you keep doing that, and you should never stop.
Yeah, but like I could hammer the button fast enough to get through that guy before the hypercharged guy should.
But he'll hit you.
Not necessarily.
Yeah, like those guys, you can't kill them. See? Like they will always hit you first, unless you dodge them, I guess. But by that time, the guy that's going to give you the hypercharge will be there, so you might as well just wait for the hypercharge guy. Like I think that's the design element is enemy placement, keeping your eye out for the perfect scenario, and there is a perfect scenario for every fight. It's just a matter of hitting it or not. I loved it. That was great.
I hated it. I couldn't.
It definitely didn't feel like an Ninja Gaiden game, but it. Well, I don't want to say that. It felt like an Ninja Gaiden game, but just different. Modernized, I think. I liked it. This one, on the other hand...
I was really disappointed that I didn't like it.
Yeah, that sucks. Yeah. I loved it. I'm not going to give ratings or anything, but
yeah.
This one I was like, it's fine. Did you play Hiragami?
I looked at this and I thought, I don't really feel like I need to play this. It just, I feel like I can get everything I need to know from just watching it. I didn't really feel compelled to play it. It looks, cool, I guess. I didn't download the demo for this because it just didn't feel like I really needed to.
I enjoyed it. The one thing I don't want to say I don't like about it, but it's got fixed camera angles. And you can kind of tell by watching the footage.
Yeah.
It kind of always has this like directional kind of thing where it moves in a specific direction. The combat kind of feels a little clunky, but I love the art style. I love the puzzles. Music's really good too. I enjoyed it. I don't know whether I would play the whole thing. It definitely felt like a little bit of a budget title.
Yeah.
But it was kind of cool. I enjoyed it. Let's see what else we got here. Undermine 2. I played Undermine 1 and beat it. Great game. I only played about 5 minutes of this one, and I was like, yep, I know I'm going to enjoy this, so I'm not going to play it. Did you play this one?
No.
This one's really fun. Although I would recommend Undermine 1 first if you haven't played the first one, because why play the sequel first? But it is it's a Zelda-like roguelite kind of a thing. You get as deep in the mine as you possibly can. You go back up after you die. You spend your loot to get upgrades so that you can make it further down the tunnel. It's the gist of it. But I think it's just the way the game feels. The game feels so good to play. Like just everything is snappy. It's super fun. Loved it.
Yeah, I don't think I'm in the mood for this kind of game after playing so much of Hades. I just I got my fill of that for a while.
Yeah. Mina the Hollower. So this one was one I've talked about a lot on our show because I've been waiting for it to actually release.
Yeah.
This is this Zelda GBA, or not GBA, Game Boy Color like. But it's not really Zelda-like, is it?
It's very Castlevania-esque.
Yeah, it's. I didn't think it was linear, but it seems like it's linear.
Yeah.
Based on the demo.
So I had one problem with this game, and it ruined it for me. You move slow as fuck in this game.
You move like Zelda. Like a Zelda game.
Look at how slow she's moving. In Link's Awakening, you move like twice that speed.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, you do. You absolutely do. It just just ruined it for me. I was like, oh, this looks really great, and I kind of liked some of the ideas here, but the movement speed just completely killed it for me.
There's some weird stuff that you have problems with in games.
You mean movement?
He's not slow.
The thing that you spend.
He's not slow.
You look at that. That's way too slow. It's got to be no. That's too slow.
That's not.
It was just
I think you're
irritating.
crazy on that one.
I felt like I was going. You know how games will have like, oh, here's knee high water and you got to slog through it. It felt like that speed just was your default movement speed. I hated it.
Wow, weird. Yeah, definitely didn't have that problem with it. My problem with it was the combat. It needs a dodge button. Because I was getting hit like every time I encountered an enemy, and I'm like, this shouldn't be happening. Or give me a shield.
You know what? It would be great if you could move faster. Then that wouldn't be a problem.
But that's not the case in Zelda. You do move this fast, but I don't remember getting hit in Zelda.
Than this in Link's Awakening, you absolutely do. You do.
No, I don't think so. Do. You can dive under the ground and move fast, but the problem is it's not instantaneous when I want to do a dodge. So it just needs a dodge button.
The hammer does have a dodge, but it's weird. You got to like hold it and charge it up, and then you can do with the jump. You can do like a sidestep dodge kind of thing, but it's not like that for any of the other weapons.
Yeah, that was the other thing. Is like, why didn't it let me test the weapon before I picked it?
Well, you can go back and choose another one before you commit.
Sure, it doesn't tell you that, of course.
Yeah.
That's annoying. Yeah. I got the. What did I get? I think I got the balanced one. I don't remember what it was, but it wasn't the long one or the hammer. It was whatever the third one was.
Yeah, the other thing I don't like about this game is that they show you a health bar, which makes you think, oh, it'll chip pieces away from that. No, each of those pips on the health bar, that's an entire hit.
So it should be like full lines down, basically.
Yeah. It should be hearts like in Zelda, because that's what it actually is. But it made me think, oh, yeah, this is a little early game enemy. It'll hit me and only do a few pixels. No, it took off a third of my health, and then I died. It's like,
it's balls hard. It's balls hard.
Like, I just some better indication of what that... Because, like, a bar means, enemies will do variable damage, and some of them will do a lot, and some of them will do little. No, this isn't actually a bar. It looks like a bar, but it's not a bar. Those are solid chunks of health.
I mean, once you know that, though, like, I don't see that being a problem.
This is a health bar, man. Like, this is the most basic shit. We've had games with health bars for, like, 40 fucking years. I'm pretty sure we've got that shit figured out by now. This should be self-explanatory. This is like the A button not being jumped.
To say that ruins the entire experience.
No, I didn't say that. Okay, I was going to say experience. I said
it's just an annoyance that's just an annoyance that goes away the second you realize it.
Yeah, but it's an annoyance that doesn't need to be there. This should not have been a problem.
I think that's very nitpicky. Very nitpicky. Because once you realize it, it's not a problem anymore, so who gives a shit?
But I shouldn't need to realize it. It's basic ass interface stuff. It should be self-explanatory right from the get-go.
Wait, no, you're wrong. Look. You're wrong.
She's recovering health in little pieces.
But you said that when you take a hit, it takes it like one of those sections away. That's not what's happening.
Yeah, but the amount of damage that the enemy does is basically one of those sections. You can recover health in little bits, yes. But for all intents and purposes, they take away like an entire section.
I mean, I don't know. That was not my problem with the game at all. It was just a lack of a dodge button. That if that game had a dodge button, I'd be fine, and I'd love it. Doesn't have
a dodge button. You're fine with that.
Yeah, but I also had a shield.
that is true.
No, you don't have a shield in this game. You have a dive, which is delayed. That annoys me.
It's not always clear, and this is probably just like an issue with the game's art being so low res, but like.
Everything's
not
really
always
blocky.
Clear. It's not always clear what you have to jump over and what you have to dive under.
I agree. Yeah.
And that's, I mean, that, like I said, that's
like these here, like those look like stairs. Okay, they are stairs, but in some cases they're like hop downs.
Yeah.
Where you like jump down, and it's like, it's very unclear. It also, I don't know how far you got in the demo, but
not very far.
I didn't get super far either. I didn't get here. I don't know if this is the demo. The point at which I don't know if you got to the point where you have to dig under the ground and then pop up and jump over the pits.
Yeah, I think that's right around where I stopped playing.
So it doesn't even tell you that you can do that. So there's a normal. See, you can see his normal jump here. He does a normal jump, but you can jump twice as far by digging under and coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Your jump is twice as far.
Yep.
So that's, no, it doesn't tell you. Once you realize that it's not the big a deal once again, but it's just like, that's annoying. And I don't know why on this screen, the game looks better on this screen than it does on my ultrawide for some reason, and I'm not sure what it is. Oh no, sorry, I played it on my TV. Did I play it on my TV? No, I played it on here. It was very blurry. Like, I understand it's a retro style game, but it's almost hard to read.
Maybe it was like a resolution issue or something.
Maybe. It's just everything looked a lot more blocky than this footage to me. I don't know. But yeah, I was disappointed with it.
Yeah, I wanted to like it a lot more than I ended up, because like it looks great. Like they've done a fantastic job of making it look like a Game Boy Color game. But yeah, man, yeah,
they got some fixing to do here, I think. And maybe this game was strongly delayed. This game was supposed to come out December of 2023.
Yeah, and doesn't it come out this year?
I think so. So at some point. Mina the Hollower. So this is the Shovel Knight guys. So this is really weird because like Shovel Knight's amazing.
Yeah, Shovel Knight plays perfectly.
Yeah. Like I said, if they end up adding a dodge button, I'll probably come back, or a shield. I'll probably come back and take a look at it. But like, it didn't hit the mark. All right, what do we got next here? All right, so you didn't take a look at this one.
No.
I did. So this is Jump Ship. This is a 4-player multiplayer PvE game. So it is a roguelite first-person shooter PvE game where
flyy shooty thing.
Well,
with generative AI, they disclosed that in the Steam page, and that's why I didn't play it, because fuck that. For now, but I mean, we had this discussion the other night, and
they say they're going to replace it.
They say they're going to replace it, but if they used it in the first place, my default position is to not trust them, because if they needed the thing is
we'll reserve judgment when the game's fully released.
Let me contextualize this so that everybody knows what we're talking about. So Steam now allows games with generative AI content. I'm not sure exactly when that happened, but it's been like that for a little while now. Yeah. We've just never had the opportunity to really bring it up because we've been talking about other stuff. But here's the perfect time to mention it. And this game, the games have to have a disclosure on how they use it. I actually got in a tiny argument with somebody on BlueSky over this. I won't get into that, but the disclosure on this game says that they used generative AI for some voice acting in the game, and that it's going to be replaced in the full game. But here's my issue with that. Why not just do it yourself? If it's just placeholder dialogue, it doesn't matter if you're not a professional voice actor. If it's just placeholder dialogue, just you talking into the mic is sufficient. You just say, hey, yeah, this sounds like shit. That's because I'm a programmer, not an actor. It's placeholder dialogue. Just use Microsoft Sam. Use fucking anything. But the fact that they went to use generative AI, it's like, well, you could have like it's easier to do it yourself. Like it's easier to just do it yourself. You don't have to fucking sign up for one of those services. So the fact that they went to the trouble to do it, and now they say, oh yeah, but we'll get rid of it. I'm like, we'll see. But I don't I would love to give them the benefit of the doubt, but once they do that shit, I just suspicious,
Yeah, and if they don't do that upon release, then fuck them. Yeah. For now, I will give them the benefit of the doubt.
Also, because of the voice actor strike, that like it's just like, especially now of all times, it's like what a fucking like what horrible timing to do that, Yeah.
The game itself is actually very entertaining, though. It like I said, is a first-person shooter roguelite PvE co-op game. I played the tutorial, and then I played an opening mission. So when you play alone, which you can do, if you play alone, you get this like little robot that follows you and helps you shoot things. And then your ship kind of is sort of a little AI-ish. There's like turrets that will fire when you're not on board and stuff like that. So you can play it alone.
Like, it just like, I know it's a gameplay thing, but how is there, like, they're out in space, like they're on the surface of the ship. How's there fire? Like, what's the oxygen source?
That's a good question.
Like, if it was inside, that would make a lot of sense, and it would be a huge problem because the fire is going to eat up all the delicious oxygen that we breathe. But it's on the outside. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that is weird. I never noticed that before. Although when I played the demo, I didn't have any of that, so I don't know. Space napalm, we'll call it. But yeah, as you can see, you can fly off the ship, do jetpack stuff. You can attach yourself to the ship. You can drive the ship. You can work on the sensors on the ship. The engines need to be kept up. Like it's a big thing. It's a big co-op thing. It's like Sea of Thieves in space. I think is the best way of putting it. And it is super fun. Really enjoyed it. Everything felt really good. The grappling hook is awesome because grappling hooks are awesome.
Well, grappling hooks are always awesome.
Yeah, so good. Everything just feels good. And just another one of those 4-player games I'd love to play, just like Sea of Thieves and stuff like that. These games just, I don't know. I have never been able to play one enough to know whether it is my bag, but it certainly seems like it's my bag. These type of games, so I enjoyed it. All right, what do we got next to you? Moonlighter 2. So I'm a big fan of Moonlighter 1. I've talked about it on the show before. For those of you who don't know what it was, Moonlighter 1 was a dungeon crawler and shop management simulator. And it was a 2D Zelda type viewpoint and combat. So it was like a Link to the Past type combat, right? This one, they've done it. They've changed it to like an isometric view and made it like full 3D. The shop mechanics have changed. So in the first one, when you would sell things from the that you got in the dungeon, you would have to decide on the price that you were going to sell it to the customers, and the customers would look at that price and react to it, and you'd have to adjust the price based on their reactions. So their reactions might be like horribly displeased with the price to the point where they don't buy it, which basically means you're way off the mark. You're way overcharging. And then there might be like one where it's like, the price is fine. I'll pay it, but I'm not happy about it. So you kind of want to find that like perfect balance between making your customers happy and getting the most money out of the sales that you do. This one, they've changed things a little bit. So you talk to a customer when they decide that they want to buy something, and you use like boosts to boost the price to like charm them, into paying more and stuff like that. Wasn't a big fan of that, but I can see it evolving to a point where it's much more interesting. The isometric view change, I'm not a big fan of. I would be, but it has that weird control scheme that you get in some isometric games where you have to so when I press up, I don't go straight up. I go you go up this way. You know what I'm saying? When you press up.
Oh yeah, it's like this is north, but because we're on an isometric, it's now up and to the right or up and to the left.
Exactly.
Yeah, I hate that shit.
Yeah, I hate that shit too. So it's got that, which kind of pissed me off. I was like, I just want to go up, straight up. I don't want to have to.
I understand it on games on like the NES and the Super Nintendo where you don't have an analog stick, and you just kind of have to say, okay, well, I'll think of the D-pad as now being an X shape, and just
it's now angled. Yeah,
exactly. and that's like, what else are you going to do, right? But in a game like this that's 3D, where you're not stuck to moving on a grid and you have an analog stick, up should be up.
Yeah, so that annoyed me. But again, I didn't play the full demo because I pretty much know I'm going to play this anyway because Moonlighter 1 was so good. The one thing I will say that is absolutely fantastic about it, and you could probably tell by the trailer, is that the visuals are looks amazing. Looks so good. The first game looked great, but this game looks that much better.
Yeah, it's colorful, but it's like a slightly muted colorful. It's
Yeah.
not hyper saturated like it would be really tempting to do. It's a little more dialed back, and I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Yeah, great lighting, very cool character designs. It looks gorgeous.
Yeah, a lot of games would push that color palette kind of to the max, and I appreciate the restraint they've shown here because not every game needs to be hyper bright and saturated. It's okay to have a somewhat more realistic sort of toned down color palette, and this game does it quite nicely.
Yep. So I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully they iron out those issues, or maybe I just get used to those things. But
yeah, it would be great if they had an option in the menu to say like up is up or up is up red or something. I've occasionally seen games that do that, but they're in the minority.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, looking forward to it. And then finally, I played a demo for Mio Memories in Orbit, and I played this one for about 5 minutes and went, yep, I am definitely going to play this game. This game, I obviously I can't speak to the full game, but man, does it make a great opening impression. Oh, yeah. This art, look at this art style, man.
Yep.
It's fucking gorgeous. And you can't tell from the video because we've muted the audio, but the music and the sound effects are stunningly good. And look at that animation with his like hair is almost like a spider legs.
Yeah, that was cool.
So cool. Love it. And
this one also is more restrained in is color palette.
Yeah. Very muted. Almost like a charcoal kind of a look to it almost.
Yeah, it's well, maybe not quite charcoal. It's more of a
like a sketch comic book with color.
Yeah, it's
like that.
Yeah. There you go. That was perfectly
That's funny.
timed.
That's awesome. Yeah, so it's like a Metroidvania game where you don't really understand what's going on and things kind of unravel, and it's not easy. It definitely had some challenge to it. How challenging I couldn't really tell because I didn't play it for very long, but it was definitely one of those games where I started playing and it was like, oh yeah, it speaks to me. So I'm very much looking forward to Mio.
Yeah, I kind of wish that I'd played this one now. Maybe I'll download it after the show's done.
Yeah, check it out and you can tell us next week if you liked it or not. Yeah. All right, so that does it. Oh, sorry, I didn't get I couldn't find video for it, but we also played a co-op demo.
Well, before we get to that, I did have two more demos that I played, and this will be real quick. So
was it the helicopter one?
Yeah, I played.
Let's talk about that first because I did play it.
Okay, because so there was this game that I saw on NextFest called Cleared Hot, and I looked at that and I said, that looks like Desert Strike. And then I downloaded it and I played it, and guess what? It's like Desert Strike. If you ever played that back on the Super Nintendo, there's Desert Strike, Jungle Strike, Urban Strike, Nuclear Strike. They're like isometric helicopter shooty games. They're fine. And I played this and it was also fine. It's got like a mechanic where you can pick up things and move them around. It wasn't quite as interactive as I thought it was going to be. Like, I thought you were going to be able to drop stuff on like buildings and collapse them. You kind of can, but only certain buildings. And it's not always clear which ones. So like the idea that, I'll roll into a place with a shipping container and then drop it and have it like tumble through the enemy compound and flatten everything, it doesn't quite work like that.
No.
It can for certain structures, but not all of them.
It felt very simple.
Yeah, and I was like, this is fine. It's fine.
It felt a little floaty.
I mean, it's a helicopter game.
It was
Helicopters do tend to be kind of floaty.
Pun was intended, but
I'm serious. Like control wise, helicopters are kind of floaty.
I've played helicopter games though where you can turn on a dime a little bit easier.
Yeah, that's not really how they work in real life.
I know.
That's more of a for the sake of the game kind of thing.
For the sake of the game, yeah. I mean, and helicopters don't really have dodge buttons.
No, they don't.
There's a dodge button in this game, which is really weird.
Yeah.
It's basically just a speed up button real quick.
Yeah.
It's like, hit the nitro.
Yeah. It's fine. It didn't blow me away, but it didn't suck. It was like, hey, this is made by people who want a new Desert Strike, but they haven't made one, so they made it themselves. And if
Yep.
that's the kind of thing you're into, great. If not, not the end of the world if you pass it by. It was solid, fine.
Yep.
And then the last one I played, I also didn't spend long on because I was like, this is not for me. It's called Scavland, and it's basically like a top-down Stalker, which I've had plenty of because I finished Stalker 2, and I'd been playing it for months. So I wasn't really in the mood for another one of those right away. But also, this game is very strange. This game controls like a twin-stick shooter, but it doesn't have full gamepad support, it would seem. Yeah, this is it. My controller didn't seem to, like, I could move around, but the buttons didn't all work.
Oh, no.
I don't know.
Not quite there.
Like, it's a demo, so they probably haven't like implemented full controller support yet or whatever. Or maybe there was like some deeper configuration I needed to do. I don't know. But like 99% of the time, these games will have like, here's the keyboard input and here's the controller input, and you could just go back and forth. Like Cleared Hot did exactly that. It just worked with the controller right from the get-go. This game doesn't, and since it has so many controls, like, you know, you've got your dash, you've got your, you know, you're moving around, you've got your looting and you're interacting. Like, that's a lot of keys to hit on the keyboard, all sort of clustered together. This is the kind of thing where a gamepad is really ideal, but like I said, it didn't fully work with the gamepad, so I was like, okay, this is, It would definitely have made a better impression on me if the gamepad support had been like perfect, but even then, because I just got out of Stalker 2, I was like,
I've had enough of that.
Yeah, I don't need another one of these right now. And that was it, other than the game we played, which is To the Top, 2 as in the number, TWO.
Yep, right there.
To the Top. And so this is the game that broke me.
It broke both of us.
Yeah, so
it's getting over it co-op mode, basically. That's basically what it is.
Yeah, oh my god.
It's very difficult.
I
shouldn't say it's difficult. It's unforgiving.
I've never had so much fun with such a miserable experience. Like the best way I can think of, like the best comparison I can think of making.
This looks like us.
Yeah, this does look like us. Like we were saying, oh, we should have recorded this, but we didn't need to.
Look at that. We got up.
This is exactly the kind of shit we were doing. Yeah. The best way I can think of this is like, it's like masturbating at a funeral, man. Like it's
wow. That got dark.
Listen.
Oh my god! Look at that! My god, that fall was. Oh my god! Oh, I'm having PTSD.
What I mean by that is, it's like you can try to make the best.
God, look at that.
You can try to make the best of a bad situation, but it's still a bad situation.
Yeah.
You know, like you're trying your best to have fun, but it's a miserable experience. It was. We had a lot of funny moments. There was a lot of laughing, but it was the kind of laughing that we do so we don't cry. It was just the number of times we fell. And for things that shouldn't have been an issue, like the fact that you go into what we were calling a super fall by the end of this, where if you fall for too long, you start tumbling and you can't move.
Like that.
Yeah, exactly like what we just saw. You can't move.
There it goes.
You can't do anything except bounce. If another player or their yo-yo happens to be beneath you. Yeah. So right there. Yeah, you fall and like, whoa, no, was that jump like a few pixels too long? Get fucked. You're falling down 5 screens.
Yeah.
It just felt like completely unnecessary. And there's mechanics that they don't explain to you. We had to figure out all on our own by complete accident that if you bounce off someone's head while they're holding onto a wall, they'll fall. But if that person is pushing in the direction of the wall, they do like a little scrunch up against the wall, and now they won't fall. Why? I don't know. I would assume that they're holding on pretty tight no matter what position they're on, but I guess that's not the case. But they never tell you that. Like they don't.
Yeah.
We were stuck for a while trying to figure out what the fuck to do until we discovered completely by accident that pressing against the wall extra hard makes you not fall off. It was like
it's fun though. I liked it. I just wish it wasn't as punishing.
Yeah.
I wish there was more of those, like the waterfall area where
here's
you can't fall below this point.
Yeah.
Like they need that.
So here was a horrifying thought that I had after we were finished, which is that there's no checkpoints in this game.
Not that we found anyway.
Well, yeah, not that we found, but if you quit and resume the game, where do you start? But maybe you just start exactly where you were standing, or maybe you have to start from the beginning of the fucking game. And just the thought of that is horrifying to me. Like
it says if you beat the demo, you can continue from where you left off in the full game.
Yeah, from where you beat the demo, but is that where the checkpoints are at the end of like an entire stage? Because we went through a lot of screens. Like we went through more than a dozen screens, and we were, I don't think, anywhere near the end of the demo. Is there like 30 screens in a stage, and the checkpoint is at the end of the 30th? Like,
so it says right here the demo contains the first 2 zones of the game. So I feel like the first zone was probably below that waterfall area. And then the second zone was above it, is my guess. Because there was no greenery to grab onto until after that point.
Yeah.
So maybe that's how they, like, designate the zones. And there was no slides either.
Yeah, it's just unanswered questions. And I would not want to fucking, like, say, okay, let's call it for the night and come back in tomorrow. And then we're at the bottom of the fucking mountain. That would break me. I think
it's one of those games, though, when you come back to it, you're better than you were before.
I don't know, man. I was getting worse as we went on.
Well, that makes sense. It's fatigue.
It was a very mental fatigue.
Think about when you get stuck on a boss in a video game, You beat your head over it trying to do it over and over and over again, and then you try it one time in the morning the next day, and then you beat it first try. I think it's one of those games.
Maybe.
I would love to play it again. It comes out in like a week.
Yeah, I feel I felt so demoralized. Like I was laughing, but I was miserable. Eventually what I did, because you kind of seemed like you wanted to go one more screen. And I said no, I'm ending this, and I jumped to the bottom of the mountain because I knew that you at that point you were going to give up as well. I sabotaged us.
Yeah.
Because I said as much. I was like, no, I'm ending this, and then I jumped to the very end.
I had my gamer pride kicking in. I'm like, I can't be defeated by this demo.
No, I am prideless. I don't give a fuck. If it's miserable, I will stop playing.
I loved it. I just wish there was a single player version of it so I could try and beat it myself.
That's just Celeste.
I mean, Celeste is great.
The whole point of this is that it's
I wouldn't say it's Celeste because there's no story in this whatsoever. This is more like getting over it. I guess I should play Getting Over It.
Well, gameplay wise, it's
it feels like Celeste.
But God, it's just like I feel like I have PTSD watching this footage. We also because of the inadequate explanations of things, we basically found a bug in the game where we could bounce off each other's heads simultaneously. And we were convinced for the longest time that that's what we needed to do to get through an area. No, it was something else. We basically found an exploit to get around a thing.
Yeah.
Oh God. It's just, I can't do it again.
It was worth it.
It was pretty funny. We should have
pretty funny.
We should have been recording it just to hear our meltdowns, like the.
I regret not live streaming that. It should have been live streamed.
of two grown men reduced to cinders.
Yep.
Always keep your yo-yo deployed.
Always keep your yo-yo deployed. That's so true. All right, our topic of the week this week is Summer Games Fest, IGN Live, and the Xbox Showcase. So we're going to go through not every trailer that was shown because there was a good like 200 trailers.
Yeah, and like I said,
thing.
there was also the Konami thing, and there was also the PC gaming show.
Yeah.
I've not seen everything. I didn't even know about the IGN Live thing, and I absolutely did not watch Summer Games Fest. That shit was like 3.5 hours long, and I am not. There's no force on this earth that can get me to watch Jeff Keighley look stoned and fillet Hideo Kojima for 3.5 hours. It's not happening. I will kill myself before you know that scene in Clockwork Orange where they strap Malcolm McDowell down and force him to watch all that shit with his eyelids for I will self-destruct.
I didn't watch it either. I just watched all the trailers individually.
IGN had a highlight reel that was all the trailers, and it was still like 17 minutes long, and it was just like 10 seconds of footage from each trailer. There was so there it is. It's
E3 digitized, so it makes sense.
There's such a thing as too much. You need to slow this shit down because I don't even remember half of it. Like it was so much information overload that
here's the thing, though.
Time to suck it in.
Here's the thing, though, is that E3 was the same way, but it was the same way for the
several
media.
Days.
But no, well, yeah, but it was for the media because they were the ones that had to sift through it and show us the stuff that was worth showing. But now that there's no event, they digitize this, so they have to show us everything, and we make the decision of what looks good and what doesn't.
That, like, you remember the all the big companies would have their showcases, and they were like an hour long, but those were multiple separate things. This was like, what if Nintendo and PlayStation and Xbox just had one long mixed show? Because, like I said, this thing is 3.5 hours long.
Yeah.
Like
it is too long.
It's too long. Like your attention just breaks at a certain.
That's why
point.
I didn't watch it.
Yeah, which is why I didn't even try to mess through it. Like I said, I just watched the IGN recap of it. But yeah, there was so much.
Yeah. So I picked out the stuff that I thought was at least worth it. Starting with what is this? Chronicles Medieval. So
that's a terrible name.
Yeah, it is. It doesn't show us a lot here.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's most games these days.
Yeah.
Let's be real. What was the last game with a good name?
Yeah.
So there's not a whole lot of actual. This is gameplay, apparently.
Yeah, you texted me and said you were just gonna cut the stuff that was all like cinematic and CGI, but this looks super cinematic and CGI without a lot of gameplay.
So there's gameplay.
Oh, okay, sure.
It is.
Okay. No,
you don't think that's gameplay?
It's just the dude riding the horse up. Like it's hardly gameplay. It is player controlled. Like there's UI.
Yeah,
and
I said I was cutting anything that was CGI only. That's what I said.
Okay, so
if it doesn't have any gameplay, then I'm skipping it.
8 seconds of gameplay qualifies.
I mean, I think it does, because that looks fucking gorgeous. Does that not look fucking gorgeous?
Look at that. It looks cool. There's a lot going on there. Lots of characters, lots of flags blowing, lots of physics. Like, huge
and look
draw
at the distance there. Yeah, like I love that draw distance. Smoke. And look at the army in the background. Like that looks freaking sick.
Yeah.
I don't know what type of game it is. That's the problem I have with this trailer.
That's the thing. We have no idea.
I think I read that it was a not a chivalry like what was it? Kingdom Come Deliverance.
Or Kingdom Come, okay.
Yeah, kind of like that, but smaller scale. So, but I thought it looked gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. That must be Unreal 5. I have to assume.
Maybe,
so that was cool. This one shocked me. I can't believe this game was approved. It must. Everyone I know who played this game didn't like it. So this is Atomic Heart 2 got announced.
Yeah.
And I could have sworn that nobody liked Atomic Heart 1. Could have sworn. But I guess it made enough money to warrant a very quick sequel turnaround.
Yeah.
Baffling. I did play it because it was on Game Pass. Yeah. The opening is great. And then the gameplay starts and it's just kind of dry. I didn't really ever get into it. But for those that enjoyed it,
it seemed like a game that was more about the visual stylings than anything else. And I will say, like, visually, looks great. You know,
it looks
this trailer
gorgeous.
looks great, but like, you know.
And then this one surprised me too. This one is The Cube, and this takes place in the Atomic Heart universe. So this is by the same guys.
So it's a giant Rubik's Cube.
It's this one's a first-person shooter multiplayer PvE game, I think. Yeah, here's some gameplay. So we got some wall running. We got some crazy I mean, it's clearly taking place in the Atomic Heart universe, but
people really like those robot ladies.
Yeah.
There's the old lady.
She's there. She's back. Oh, I love that crotch shot at the end.
Crotch.
So stupid. Yeah. So I don't know what to think about it. It's another one of those trailers that doesn't tell us enough. Yeah, and then you got that little creature at the end there. Chrono Odyssey. So we've talked about this game before. This is the action MMO that actually looks kind of decent. But you don't normally associate action with MMOs.
Unless you've played Phantasy Star Online too.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that there's so few of them, right? Most of them are like the click and wait for your shit to cool down.
More common. They're definitely becoming more common the last few years.
Black Desert was Black like Desert, that too, I think. Yeah.
I remember when I think it was Terra, TERA was like one of the first ones to really I mean, there have been like the PSO1 is an action RPG, although it's a kind of it's a smaller scale because it's 4 players in an instance. It's not an MMO. It's not massively multiplayer with like hundreds of people in the world. Yeah, I think it's just a case of like internet connections needed to be fast enough, computers needed to be fast enough.
Yeah, that's fair.
To handle 50 people doing Devil May Cry combos on an enemy. It's a lot.
We need Mag back. We can do that now. Chrono Odyssey is a playtest starting the 20th. Go check that out. This is Felt That Boxing.
Yeah, this one was cute.
This one, I love the art style. It's so funny. I don't know how much of this is actual gameplay, though. I almost didn't include this, but it was so amusing that I kind of had to. I assumed that this was a VR game, but it doesn't have any VR indicators anywhere. So I don't really know how this game plays, or it's a Punch Out, I guess. I don't really know.
It's a boxing game where you're a puppet. A
Muppet
with a P, legally distinct.
Legally distinct Muppet. Yeah. So that's the. There's what's the actual game? These are gameplay points, I guess.
Yeah.
It's really tough to kind of tell. So there we go. So I don't know whether it's a. Yeah, it's hard to tell. But I thought it was a VR game, but there's no advertising of it being a VR game, so I have no idea. See, that looks like Punch Out.
Yeah, it super looks like Punch Out.
Yeah. All right, what we got next here? Oh yeah, we got more about Onimusha, the new Onimusha game. This was an actual gameplay trailer. I still have no interest in this game, but I was never an Onimusha guy. It just looks like every other Asian-inspired action RPG Souls-like combination that's come out in the last 10 years.
Well, I mean, Onimusha was as a franchise was doing that before those games.
I totally get that.
So,
none of these things seem to look different. They all look kind of the same. They all have this ultra realistic, crazy monsters. I don't know. It's very similar art styles.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, they all blend together. So just the fact that it's Onimusha, I guess, tells me that it should be a quality game because it's coming from Capcom. But I just have zero interest. Zero interest in it. But For those that like Onimusha and like these kinds of games,
Yeah, it's back.
it looks great. Yeah, it's back. It's back, and it looks great for what it is. Coming out in 2026. Oh, okay, so this is the first one that I really, really dig. So this is from Epic. End of Abyss. I believe this is like a twin stick shooter puzzle game with an amazing art style, if I recall. If this is the right one. What was the last one? Yeah. There's that. It breaks into. There we go. Yeah, like look at that. Like look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Like holy shit! Look at that art style. That's gorgeous.
Yeah,
and I just love the moodiness of it. And like, look at that. Look at that. That's just like freaking freaky.
Like a hand frog man.
Yeah. This looks like Little Nightmares if you gave them a gun.
Yeah.
I just think it looks badass. That looked like the thing you fought or that you became in Inside.
Mm.
Have you played Inside?
No.
This
looks like HAL 9000 if he gained a bunch of weight.
Does it have a release date? 2026. There's a lot of 2026 games in this presentation.
Yep.
Mouse PI for Hire. So I have no interest in this game, but it does look gorgeous.
Yeah, it's a shooter.
Yeah.
But it's doing the old-timey cartoon thing.
Yeah, taking advantage of that public domain.
Yeah, so they don't arouse the ire of a certain mouse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know if you noticed, but the second that went public domain, these games came out everywhere.
Yeah.
How has there not been a movie yet? That's my question.
I think somebody was making one, but animation is a time-consuming thing. So
yeah, that's true. So this is Dying Light: The Beast. I'm still not entirely certain what this game is.
It seems like there are 10 million Dying Light games, but there's only like 3.
3. This is the third one. Yeah. The problem is it doesn't have the 3 in the title. So that makes me wonder, is this a full-fledged Dying Light game? Or is this a Dying Light 2 DLC that was too big for Dying Light 2, so they made it into its own game?
Yeah, didn't they make a whole bunch of DLC for the Dying Light games?
Oh, yeah.
That's probably why it feels like there's a million of them.
Yeah, yeah. Those games are like DLC fucking... like, it's like putting a tree into a wood chipper. It's just like...
Yeah.
It just crazy amounts of DLC. So I love Dying Light. Mm-hmm. Absolutely love those games. Fantastic. This game looks great too. I just don't understand. They haven't been super clear about, is this a full-fledged, full-sized Dying Light? Or is this an interim? It
looks like it. There's a lot going on here.
It does. And it looks gorgeous too.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Amazing lighting effects and everything. Like,
I wonder Dying Light 2 if anybody has ever slid like that in real life and had it work.
Yeah, it makes no sense. I never use
it.
I
could see you doing it on like a baseball diamond where the players have worn it down to the dust and you're basically sliding on a cushion of dust. But like that dude just slid on like a metal catwalk. I'm not sure you would get, not sure you get the same kind of distance as some guy sliding into second base.
That's what she said.
No, it's.
I
wish.
Yeah, it looks great though. But the thing is that it's coming out this August, which is only like less than 2 months away.
Yeah.
And I feel like Dying Light 2 only came out like 2 years ago.
It was way longer ago than that.
Dying Light 2?
Yeah, wasn't it longer than that? Wasn't it like 5 years ago?
No way. Has 2022. February 2022. Okay, so 3 years ago.
Really?
Yeah. So they made this game in 3 years while making a shitload of DLC for number 2. So it could be a full-fledged one, and they're just taking advantage of everything they've learned from the first 2, maybe. I'm always very tentative when they give it a subtitle instead of a number.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But it looks great. Give me more Dying Light. I'm okay with that, as long as it's quality. So highly recommend playing Dying Light 2. It's great. It looks like they're going to be talking about I don't know why that's at June 6th. That was weird.
Yeah,
That's
date
passed.
That date has passed.
No. This is Lego Voyagers, I think it's called. It's a 2-player co-op adventure, sort of akin to like, I don't know. Well, you'll see the gameplay here in a second.
Yeah.
It looks cute though. Yeah, see, you're both.
Yeah, the little peg dudes just
collecting stuff. Almost Katamari Damacy like collecting Legos and putting things together. You can see them collecting there to build a catapult.
Yep.
To fling them off. Like, looks cute. I like it. I much prefer this kind of stuff from Lego than, another Lego
Batman
insert something here. Yeah. Like this is more creative and more interesting to me.
Those games are fun, but like you said before, they made like 10 billion of them.
Like literally, I'm pretty sure there's 10 billion of those games, and then they re-release them in collections 18 times. So, yeah, this game looks really cool though, really cute. Oh look, they're launching a rocket now. That's amazing. I hope they have names, not just red block and blue block.
Hey, look, it actually took off. So Lego makes a better spaceship than SpaceX.
That's not shocking. This is Mixtape. I've heard mixed things, no pun intended, about this. But I have a feeling that it's the same crowd that crapped all over Veilguard, so I'm not paying too much mind to it. I'm not really sure what type of game it is, though. It clearly looks like a skateboarding game, but then you got like this, and you've got lots of cutscenes, and I don't know.
I don't like the way this looks. Like, it's just an art style preference, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I think the characters look kind of freakish.
Yeah, and
maybe if
what is
it
this?
was more cell shaded, it wouldn't bother me. But like this really, the really realistic shading on the
that looks cool though.
Hyper cartoonish faces, it looks weird to me.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's got a lot of 80s, 90s music.
Well, looking at the skateboards they were using, I wouldn't be surprised if this was set in the 80s.
Yeah. I think it's a 91, 92 setting, if I remember the trailers.
People haven't made skateboards like that for a long time.
Yeah. Coming soon to a theater near you. It's got cool vibes and everything. It's coming to Game Pass. Well, you know what that means. Mm-hmm. This one really surprised me. Couldn't believe that they announced this.
Yeah, New Scott Pilgrim. Yeah. I'm wondering if this is like, well, we didn't get that next season of the cartoon, which I always thought was weird. Like, why would you need a second season of that cartoon? That was like a complete thing, it felt like. But then they're like, oh, second season is canceled. Really? Okay, I didn't know you needed one. But this kind of feels like maybe that's what it is, sort of.
I have a different theory. They recently released like a remaster of Scott Pilgrim versus the World, like the beat 'em up. I'm wondering if it sold a lot better than they thought it was going to.
Yeah,
that's and so possible. they were like, yeah, let's make another one.
Yeah, I mean that's equally as reasonable.
Oh look, those things look straight ripped from Nintendo.
Wow. Yeah.
Can't believe they got away with that. It's crazy. I mean, it's on a Nintendo platform, so
yeah.
Oh yeah, and then we got Mina the Hollower. I don't know why I kept this in here. Skip that one. Talked about it already. Oh yeah, this one you mentioned.
Yeah, and my feelings on it have not changed. Like I've since seen this, and it's like, why would I want to see the worlds from Deadpool's perspective? I want to see Deadpool.
Yeah,
you know.
I mean, it doesn't look too bad for a VR game.
It doesn't look bad, but it's like, why?
Why Deadpool?
Yeah, like when he's infinitely more interesting to watch instead of like see from the perspective of. You know what I mean?
Now, I don't want to turn the audio. Yeah, I can't turn the audio on, but I could be wrong. But I think they have a Ryan Reynolds sound-alike.
Yeah, it's Neil Patrick Harris.
Okay. Yeah. Like, why would you get Neil Patrick Harris to do it? If you could pay him to do it, why can't you pay Ryan Reynolds?
Yeah, that's the thing. Ryan Reynolds actually has a video on his YouTube channel about it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he does like a whole Doogie Howser thing. It's like, oh, you know, I'm not bitter about somebody taking my career-defining role or anything, he says while dressed as Doogie Howser. Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense to me.
I don't know. I felt like the dialogue was really dry. Like it just sounded like NPH was just like reading off
Yeah,
a page or something. It didn't sound like it really had much attitude.
I agree.
Although it is very likely that he was just reading that off a page with no context into what scenario or what the situation of that line is.
I don't think he's done a whole lot of video game voice acting.
Probably not.
If it's his first gig, maybe that's a problem.
Oh yeah, and this was a weird one.
Yeah, this was a really weird one, but it kind of looks good, surprisingly. So this is Wu-Tang's Rise of the Deceiver.
Yeah. Here's a question. How many of those guys are still alive?
I don't know. I do not know. At least one of them.
I can tell you it's not all of them.
No. It shows some gameplay here somewhere. But yeah, look at the graph, like that animation style and that visual style looks gorgeous. I just wish they would show more of it. I don't think they didn't show a whole lot. Yeah, presented by Ghostface Killer.
Yeah. So there's one member of the Wu-Tang Clan.
Probably the only one. Yeah, weird. Out of left field. And not enough gameplay shown. Killer in. I don't think we need to go over. This is a long trailer. I don't think we need to go over this entirely. But it's basically a first-person shooter Among Us murder mystery. But a little bit more complicated because I guess it's two teams, the wolves and the sheep, I think they call them, or something like that. But it's basically, the hunted and the hunters. Yeah. But there's puzzles that you have to also figure out in order to solve the mystery. Yeah, you can see it here. So after someone's been dead, you can, here we go. You can find clues on their body for to figure out who did it. It's third person. I thought it was first person. It seems interesting, but we've seen a lot of these games.
I didn't feel like really compelled by it. I was like, okay, this is the thing.
It was a good trailer that explained everything. I don't know. These games are such a dime a dozen right now. Mm-hmm. Everyone's trying to capitalize on the Among Us formula. Mm-hmm. Which is a good formula, by the way. Like, the original Mafia was like awesome. I used to play Mafia mods on StarCraft, like in the 90s. Mm-hmm. Like this is an age old, murder mystery is so fun. I just wish that there was a better way of doing it. We don't have enough detective like games, especially in like single player. I love murder mysteries. I just wish there was something other than an Among Us clone. It does look pretty decent, though, I will say. We'll see how it actually ends up, because, like I said, multiplayer games are kind of a problem. Mm-hmm. So this is Resident Evil 9 Requiem. Mm-hmm. I will say that this trailer was bad. As a reveal trailer, this did absolutely nothing for me.
Yeah, except tell you that Resident Evil Outbreak is canon, I guess.
Yeah.
Because the character in this is the daughter of one of the playable characters from Resident Evil Outbreak, that weird multiplayer game on the PS2. Yeah, from like 20 years ago.
See, I thought it was the girl from Resident Evil 8, but I was like, that doesn't look like her, so it must not be her. And then I'm like, well, what the hell happened from Resident Evil 8? And then this trailer really doesn't show anything from that connects it to Resident Evil 8. And I'm like, okay, are we starting over again? Like, I didn't play the DLC for 8. I really got to do that so that I understand how things really ended. Because there's like more to the story in 8. But I don't know. Yeah, this was a huge miss for me. I was like, I'm still excited because it's Resident Evil. And I haven't played a bad Resident Evil game since 6. That was a long time ago.
Well, hold on a second. There's did you play Umbrella Corps?
Mainline games.
They're weird. They're weird esports third-person shooter.
Every Resident Evil multiplayer attempt has been an absolute failure.
Yeah, that game was the most dead on arrival anything has ever been.
Yeah, this trailer. This trailer was baffling.
But you get to go back to Raccoon City and all of its blown out glory.
Yeah, and they finally didn't have a way of putting a 9 Roman numeral in here,
Well,
which I thought was funny.
Yeah.
They ran out of letters.
Yeah.
Got a release date though, February 27th, not far away.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I thought that trailer sucked. I thought it was really bad. And then we got Stranger Than Heaven, which I think, if I'm not mistaken, was the Project Century, I think it was called, or something like that, that they that this team revealed at Game Awards, I think it was. They didn't have a name for the game yet, and but we knew it was from the Yakuza team. And now this has shown up, so I'm assuming that this is that game. I have zero interest in it, obviously. I'm not a fan of their work by any stretch. I've tried many times, but it's just a little too out there for me. And this looks very Yakuza-like.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, okay, just tank the fucking
tank the Molotov.
Cocktail. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Show him no mercy.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I don't know. I've just never been a fan of that studio. Oh, it is Project Century. I was right. Look at that. And now it's called Stranger Than Heaven. Cool. So there's that. Out of Words. What was this one? This was another Epic game. Was this the... Oh, yeah, this is the handcrafted co-op game.
Mm-hmm.
This looks good, too.
I feel like we've had a lot of these kind of games.
I mean, It Takes Two kind of set off a chain reaction, so I'm okay with it. I still haven't played one where I'm, like, enamored by it, though. I wasn't as struck by It Takes Two as other people were. And I haven't played Split Fiction yet. So this looks cute. I liked how that looked. This one's kind of weird. Infinitesimals. Have you seen this one yet?
No, I don't think so.
So this is like it's like a sci-fi shooter where you are shrunk.
Wait, did we just see a giant enemy crab?
For massive damage?
Remember that when that was a thing?
Yeah. Historically accurate, remember?
Yeah, historically accurate. Now here's this giant enemy crab.
God, that was the stupidest thing ever. Okay. This looks cool, though.
I don't even remember what that game was. Like, the giant enemy crab is totally, like, outlived it in my brain. Are you Googling giant enemy crab game?
Yeah, I am. Genji.
Oh, right.
No, Genji, Days of the Blade. But yeah, this is, I think, either a first-person or third-person shooter where you're really, really tiny and it's kind of like Grounded, but it's like a sci-fi shooter. Looks really cool.
Yeah. You know what it doesn't look as cool as? The fucking Moomin game that got announced with the Konami thing. We're getting a fucking Moomin game.
I don't.
Did you never watch the Moomins?
Nope. don't ring a bell.
It's like a weird Finnish thing with these. Oh. They look like hippos, but I guess they're trolls or something.
Gotcha.
They just kind of live in the valley, the Moomin Valley, and they're chill. You know.
What is this? Acts of Blood. So this looks like what was that karate game from the Ashen team? The one where you like get older every time you die.
I don't remember.
Shit, I should know it. But this looks kind of good.
It makes me think of well, except for the guns, it makes me think of what was that fucking movie?
We can't think of anything anymore. Words or nothing.
The Protector. I forget what the name in the original language was, but the one with the elephant and that one no, the one
I have no idea.
The single camera shot fight in that shopping mall or whatever, like the Tower shopping mall. It was like a 5-minute single camera shot.
I don't know, but that sounds awesome.
It starred Tony Jaa.
Nope, never seen it.
Go look up The Protector on YouTube. You'll see it. It's good.
Okay, I'll look at it after, since we're at 2.5 hours already.
Yeah, holy shit.
What else we got? But that game looks cool. Another summer 26 game. Ills. This is another game from. Oh shit, guys! We talked about it at the very beginning of the show. They had 2 games in a row. Atomic Heart. This is the Atomic Heart guys making a horror game. This is actual gameplay, by the way.
Yeah. How many people do they have at that studio?
I know they're making 3 different games. It's crazy. Yeah, this looks absolutely gross though. Great gore though.
Yeah.
Wait for the shot where he shoots him in the head with a shotgun. It looks sick.
Is that his dick hanging out?
Probably. I don't know if we're allowed to show that on YouTube. Oh wait, this is on YouTube.
Well.
Yeah, where's the shotgun shot?
Man, I love it when something hits me in the face. My vision just blurs for a moment.
Oh, that's creepy. Wait, here it is. Watch his head. Oh, his arm. Oh, that was sick. Oh no, there's a headshot with the shotgun at some point.
That's definitely a dick out.
A dick out.
Yeah.
This looks good thoh. Very amazing visuals.
Man,
that looks. Oh, there it is.
Oh,
look at that.
Yeah,
look
there it is. It just unfolds. Yeah.
His like. Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool name too. Ill. I like it. So that looks really crazy. Oh yeah, and then you gotta have a creepy baby. Yeah. The baby. He just punted the baby. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks really cool. Tawa and the Guardians of the Sacred Tree. I don't think I saw this one. We got gameplay? Oh yeah, it was this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you had anything to say about it.
Not really.
It was the one anime game that actually stood out in some way, shape, or form out of the 80 that they showed. That all went over my head and just blurred all together.
Yeah, there were a bunch of gacha games that were completely indistinguishable from one another.
Yes. Yeah. They're not in this. They're not in our show today. I was just like, I'm not putting this in there.
I can never tell them apart. And also, I'm pretty sure they had Wuthering Waves in there, and I was like, didn't that game come out 6 months ago?
Yeah, it did. It's just gotta advertise it.
Yeah.
Gotta gotcha all.
Oh god. All
right, so we're moving on to Possessors. So this one was. Let's see. Yeah. It's got an interesting look. It's like a hockey stick wielding demon girl. Not sure if it's a Metroidvania or like an action.
Well, she's certainly got that fucking I forget what it's called, but the speed boost from Super Metroid where you leave the after image. She got that going on.
Yeah, she does. Yeah, Possessors. Oh, there's a demo. Why did I not add that to my list? Well, that's going on my list now. Let's build a dungeon.
Ooh, I love that Windows 95 icon.
Yeah. I think this is from the Let's Build a Zoo guys, I think.
Probably.
But it's basically you create dungeons for your AI adventures to delve through.
Oh, but it's also super Windows 95.
Yeah, but it's also like a game development simulator at the same time, so you actually make the game and have to punch it in.
They just made Solid Snake.
Yep.
I played a game that was sort of the same idea on mobile called Dungeon Village, which is not to this extent.
I played that.
Yeah, the little town simulator game.
Yeah,
it's fun.
They that company makes a lot of those games.
Yeah, they've got a fuck ton. They've got
I think I played the soccer one where you manage a soccer team.
Yeah, there's one where you have a game development studio.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I think I've played all 3 of those game dev games. Dev Tycoon and Game Dev Simulator and that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks cool though. This one. Yeah, this one's got a cool art style too. Look at this.
Mm-hmm.
Whisper Mountain Outbreak. I also like the concept of the game. I think it's like a it's like a up to 4 player extraction shooter, but like a roguelite. It's so hard to describe, but it looks really cool. Like So you
It kind of looks like, I don't know if this is the whole thing, but it kind of looks like it's viewed through the security cameras or whatever. At least some of the shots were.
Yeah, some of the shots may have been, but yeah, it's like a top-down isometric action game, but where you're like you go to different locations to get more gear to level up and all that kind of stuff. Looks kind of fun. And you level up and get more gear. You have to get back safely. This is kind
of what Scavland was like, except less like cartoonish in its art style.
Yeah. Oh wow, it's coming out soon. Oh, there's a demo. Look at that.
Oh, there you go.
Well, we should be writing this shit down. What had a demo? Possessors and Whisper Island.
Yeah, and oh fuck, what was the other one that we just? Fuck, I've already forgotten.
Whisper Island Outbreak. Yeah, Possessors was the other one. But was there a third one? I don't think there was.
I feel like there was, but we've seen so many.
Yeah. I don't remember what this was. Oh yeah, this is the one that's like a Saturday 90s anime cartoon. Yeah. But it's like a. Oh yeah, that's why I included it, because it gave me like Scribblenauts vibes. Because you combine words to do your attacks.
Yeah.
That's such a cool concept. So it's
I like Scribblenauts, but like it's also made way too easy by the fact that you can like use anything.
Yeah, it is. But this is more just for like combat, and they give you pre-made words. But it looks pretty cool. Oh, there's another demo for that.
Speaking of 90s anime type shit, where's the fucking? Why didn't we get another trailer for Samurai Pizza Cats? I want to see that.
There's another game that has been out of the spotlight, and that's Jurassic Park Survival. I want to see more of that too. That's
they showed some of that.
I didn't see a trailer for it.
Oh well, there's also.
Oh wait, no, you're thinking of Evolution.
Oh,
that's the one with AI in it.
Yeah, that's the one that.
Yeah, not included here.
we fucking needed to use Stable Diffusion to generate scientist profile pictures. You know how you did that back in the day? You took photos of your fucking development team.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at all the GoldenEye characters. You think those are AI generated? No. Developer face shots made incredibly low resolution for the N64.
Or draw them.
Yeah, or draw them, Hire artists with all that fucking Jurassic Park money.
Yeah, exactly. This is Ledger Bound. So this is from the guy who wrote Helldivers 2. Which you wouldn't guess from the
riveting dialogue of merp 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 that we just saw on screen.
Oh yeah. I when he said hell, I for some reason my brain went, did he say Darkest Dungeon? Because this game gives Darkest Dungeon vibes more than Helldivers 2. But it looks really cool. I know, unfortunately, that it's not for me because it's got this like Fire Emblem type tactical combat, so I know I'm not going to get into it, but it looks really cool. Very cool art style and very funny humor. Does it have a release date? No, just wish list. Adventures of Samsara. What is this one? Oh yeah, this looks great. Look at this shit. This looks so cool. This reminds me of like the original Prince of Persia, but
kinda
but like super up-resed and added effects obviously and everything. But then it's got like just some unique artistic liberties here. It has some cool music, and it got this like crazy combat. Like it's like a little delayed. Like it really feels like that old Prince of Persia style of game, but actually playable. Like look at that, it's so cool. Definitely on my radar, this one.
Oh, and they do cloud stepping in this as well.
Mm-hmm.
Man, did the messenger just figure out the way to do it, and everybody's like, "Yep,
yeah, we're just gonna do that now."
Do a mid-air hit to get a second air jump.
Oh, that was another complaint I had against before the next one starts coming soon. That was another complaint I had against Assassin's Creed Shadows. The dodge doesn't have iframes.
Oh, then what's the point of the dodge?
I know. I would roll away, and the guy would still like just nick me with a sword. I was like, "Fuck you."
I mean, that's realistic, but that's not why you put the dodge in the game. The dodge is the catch-all. We know that's not how dodging works, but it's like,
yeah,
we can't have a dodge for every single conceivable situation. So we have one dodge, and we make you invincible during it.
Yeah. I was so annoyed. I eventually just stopped dodging, and I was like, "I'll just parry. Fuck it."
Yeah.
But yeah, Adventures in Samsara. That looks really cool. Deepest Fear. When was this one? Oh, this is. Oh, yeah. So this is. Remember Hydrophobia?
Yes.
This one has water physics. This is one of those games where it's like, you know what our game is? It's a horror game, but it's got water physics, and it looks really good. Whether the game is actually really good, I don't know, but they're clearly focusing on the water physics here.
Yeah.
Let's see if I know it shows it at some point here, but it's a horror game.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll have it like spill out of a doorway that gets opened or something. Maybe even right here.
Yeah, so the water starts pouring in. Yeah, see, you can see it pouring in.
Yeah.
You have to escape it, but you can direct the flow of the water using objects and stuff.
Oh.
So see?
Oh.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then you have to fight your way through these enemies, and they see you have that item that will clear the water and in your immediate area, so it'll give you more time to survive as the room continues to fill with water. Yeah. And it realistically flows. Like, look at that. It looks so cool.
Yeah. It looks a little janky in that it just deletes a circle of water.
There might be a quote scientific reason for it in the gameplay. Like, I don't know how they describe it, but like maybe he is in a simulation.
No,
I don't
maybe.
know. You know, I don't know the story of it, so but yeah, you can like shoot and delete water, and you can use these like it looks so cool.
Yeah.
Definitely don't watch the trailer with audio though.
Oh yeah.
There's a voiceover from the developer, and boy does he sound desperate. Like at multiple times he's like, "We want this to be the next big horror game, and we would love it if you wishlisted our game and spread the word." And like he just constantly goes on, and it's like, okay, bud, let the visual do the talking for you. You don't need to beg us, you know. Oh, Metroidvania immersive something. What did that say? Metroidvania immersive sim horror. That's a lot of
I can't believe they actually put Metroidvania in their graphic. Like,
yeah, that's probably a little desperate too.
Come on.
What's above it? There's a word above it. Oh, variable state.
Yeah, I can't read it through here.
I think it's variable state freedom. I think
maybe. Can you imagine if this was Coldest Fear, and it was a sequel to Cold Fear?
Oof.
Does anybody else remember Cold Fear?
Yeah, that was a bad third-person shooter, wasn't it?
It could have been better.
Yeah, could have been better.
It was, hey, let's do Resident Evil 4, but on a boat, which isn't a terrible idea, but you know what is a terrible idea? Having monsters spawn out of, like, literally thin air.
Yeah, that's bad. I just put this one in here because I'm a big fan of survival crafting, base building type games, and this looks really cool because you can, like, build ships to explore the islands and
turn into a furry, apparently.
Yeah, there's, like, a Pokemon almost element to it. And mounting, obviously, as you can see here. But shut up. And
yeah, okay, mister, that's what she said. Fuck you.
Yeah, it looks cool though.
Yeah, just puke up water onto these plants. Blech.
Yeah. That looks
Man,
weird,
those
though.
guys are super chill for a thing that is clearly like whipping around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I've never seen a game in this genre that doesn't look janky in some way.
Mm-hmm.
I really want like a AAA developer to make one of these games though, because I really want to see what like a budget can do with a survival crafting game. You know, well, I guess that would be Minecraft.
Yeah, but like these games are usually like such long commitments because they'll come out in like version 1.0, but then they'll be continuously updated for years.
Or they'll be like Valheim, and that they'll be an alpha for like forever.
Yeah,
Although
yeah,
that Valheim's not the worst of it. Remember 7 Days to Die, I think it was called?
yep,
That game was an alpha for like 15 years.
yeah. It was an alpha for a long ass time.
Yeah. And now you play it and it's like it feels like it's 15 years old, unfortunately. But yeah, that game looked cool. Guardians of the Wild Sky. So that looked pretty cool. Echoes of the End. Which one was this one? Oh yeah, this one kind of caught me off guard. This one looks really good. It looks like a story-driven third-person adventure hack and slash. I can't really, almost like a God of War like.
Yeah,
but not. The one thing this definitely doesn't have though is blood, and it's very noticeable. Now I don't know if that's because they took it out for the trailer, or if they haven't added it yet.
yeah,
or what.
but you're seeing sparks come off guys instead of blood. Yeah,
Yeah, but like she stabs people a few times.
Yeah,
like right there. Yeah, but there's no blood, so I don't know if they removed it for the trailer, or if they haven't added it yet, or if it's just a way to get a lower rating, like a lower maturity rating.
like
but it is a little
rating or something. Yeah,
it's a little jarring.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it looks good though. Aside from that, oddity. Good music too,
Not that we can hear it.
No. I didn't want to risk getting copyright struck.
Yeah.
No.
You got the double whammy, motherfucker.
Yeah, like it looks really cool, and I've never heard of it. Well, probably because it was first announced here.
Yeah,
but out of nowhere, and I'm not sure who's making it, but it looks really good. Coming this summer too. Oh, it's Deep Silver. Wow.
Okay, but are they just publishing it, or?
Yeah, I can see the name of the game company down here, but it's covered by the.
It looks like it says Mirror Games.
Here, I'll back it up and then play it, and then we'll see. Because it's
Yeah, Mirror. I've never heard of them before.
No, me either. So something to keep an eye on.
I mean, maybe it's their first game or something. Who knows?
Looks good. Good.
Could be cool.
Holstein. I played the demo for this one. This one I did play the demo for. It's very weird. So it is an isometric adventure game where you can't, when you aim, it zooms into third person shooter style. See?
Oh, that's
see
interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. It's basically like if Disco Elysium, you could zoom in and do a first person shooter. So that's kind of how it feels. The only thing I don't like is that it's not. It is isometric, but you can turn the camera, but only on 4-axis.
Yeah. I might give this a try.
I would recommend you try it. It seems like a U game. I couldn't get into it because of the weird camera.
Yeah.
But you might like it. It's kind of interesting. Like, look at that. Like, it just.
Yeah.
It's so unique.
This is so all over the place. It looks like 3 or 4 different kinds of games, but it all kind of that. Well, that's taken from Silent Hill.
Yeah.
Neat.
Yeah. Very interesting.
I like how it manages to look very pixelated, and then nope, it's 3D.
Mm-hmm.
The art style is kind of like oh fuck.
It's almost dark woody.
No, I was just thinking of something else. What's that game called? Fear and Hunger, I think.
Oh yeah, kind of. Yeah, looks cool though. I'd recommend you take. Do you want to write that down so you can talk about it next week?
Yeah.
Holston. Or do you want me to just write it down on my list and I can tell you all of them at the end?
No, I'll just get a text file going.
Okay. Holston. Yeah, I didn't play much of it because I couldn't figure out what to do. It's one of those games where you gotta kind of have an eye for detail, and when there's multiple camera angles, there's a lot of potential for missing something.
Yeah.
So I just got frustrated and moved on. But it does seem very cool if you can get into it.
Mm-hmm.
Sleep Awake. What was this one? Oh yeah, this was this weird game from Spec Ops: The Line writer. Oh, and
Yeah.
9 Inch Nails.
Yeah.
Random. Looked interesting though. Obviously, it looked interesting enough for me to keep it in here for some reason.
Yeah.
So, oh yeah, you're like in nightmares. That's the like you're like living nightmares.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure what the story specifically is, but yeah, you don't want to sleep because you end up having these like freaky deaky nightmares. Interesting. Not a good name for a game though. But again,
No.
games have terrible names these days.
Well, yeah, it's like all the good names have been taken.
Yeah.
Like, how do you find a trademark for something these days? You just
Yeah,
gotta flip
you just
through
gotta
the
make some.
dictionary.
Yeah, you just do a random name generator and come up with something. This is another kind of a cute co-op only game. You play as two dogs that get out of their home and explore. And I don't know why it's called Haunted Paws, though. I guess there's some ghostly stuff going on, but peeing on some hydrants, that's always fun.
Yep.
Lots of cutesy co-op games.
Let's have silly dog hats. Hooray.
Yeah.
In Wholesome Direct? Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
There was like 800 like mini ones.
Yeah.
This one I've played. This is Ready or Not. This is the SWAT game.
Mm-hmm.
This is really good. So if you liked SWAT, the series.
From like 2002 or whatever.
Yeah, they made like 4 of those.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you like Rainbow Six, but like the more tactical Rainbow Six games, not the run and gun shooting crap.
Mm-hmm.
Then this is a game for you. It's very hard though. You gotta be smart about how you do it. But it's fun. I'm not sure how it is in multiplayer because I've only played it with the single player mode where you're commanding 2 teams of 2 and yourself, obviously. But it's cool. I still like the Rainbow Six Vegas games better for whatever reason. But this is a much more realistic take on it.
Kind of janky, but
they are very janky.
They're fun.
Yeah. So let's move on. Relooted. This one looks really cool. Although I saw some idiots online that were like, "Hey, look, they made a game about thieves and they're all black people. Hooray!" But I was like, who cares? Like, look at this. This is so cool. And it had some good dialogue. I like the visuals, like the humor. But it's all about like you do a heist and then you have to get out really quickly.
This is that game where you're stealing like artifacts back from people from Whitey, basically.
Yeah. So you steal it and then you have to get out really quickly, and all this like parkour dodging stuff. Like, look at that.
It's like fucking Michael B. Jordan's character in Black Panther. Yeah, who went to an exhibit and it's like, no, this is stolen from Wakanda.
Yeah, I'm taking this back, actually. Yeah.
Also, mask, because this mask's cool as shit.
Yes. Yeah, it seems really cool. I dig the vibe of this game. I don't think it has a release date. Let's see. No. I do notice that it only says Xbox Series X, though, which is interesting. So they must have an exclusivity deal for it. Atmosphere. What was this one? I think this was another like survival crafting game, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Looks unique though. It almost looks like a combination of like Astroneer. Remember that game?
Yeah.
And but a higher budget with like ships and stuff. Looks really cool. I think we're into the IGN Live section, which is why they're a little bit less higher tier, I guess. Lots of little stuff in here. Very short. Morbid Metal. Yeah, this was like a Ghost Runner type action game. You haven't seen these, have you? These ones?
I haven't seen these ones because I didn't see the IGN Live.
IGN Live, yeah. But it looks cool. Again, it's not my type of game, but I know that there's a lot of people out there who like the fast running hack and slash type games. So
yeah,
this is probably up their alley.
Yeah, I could probably get into something like this. with a little practice to
Yeah.
learn like the moves and stuff.
Yeah. Dante has arrived.
Ah, of course.
Pathfinder Abomination Vault. So this is a gauntlet like.
Yeah, but
From
it's
Pathfinder.
totally not Dungeons and Dragons. It's Pathfinder.
Pathfinder. Yeah. I think you can see him. He's like, right. Oh no, now he's gone. Okay. But yeah, this is definitely a gauntlet like for sure.
Yeah.
4-player dungeon crawler leveling up. Yeah. Looks cool. It just doesn't look like anything amazingly special, that's all. But it looks cool.
Yeah.
Pretty much all the Pathfinder games are kind of just like they're there. You know. Far Ever. Which one was this one? Oh yeah, this is the multiplayer Zelda game.
Mm-hmm.
So it's literally like Breath of the Wild, but multiplayer, essentially.
Yeah. Meh.
Again, the IGN Live stuff are like far more indie
Yeah.
trailers than they are.
I mean, I don't
AAA
mind
trailers.
that.
No.
I just about this game specifically, I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, looks kind of cool.
It might be cool.
Yeah.
It looks like visually, it looks fine.
Yeah.
Um.
Especially for an indie game.
Yep.
Good attention to detail. I got co-op bosses here and everything. Like, could be cool.
I guess
it's very Zelda-like.
Yeah, I guess it just depends on how it's structured. Like if this is, like if this ends up being like Night Rain, where it's actually mission based, then, maybe not.
Yeah, my hope is that it's Breath of the Wild, like, and that you just go where you want to go and explore.
But then who knows? Maybe having that structure is actually beneficial. I have no idea. Because we haven't really had an open world co-op game like that before.
Nope. I thought this one was interesting, although I thought it was VR, but I guess it's not. It's just a unique. So it's a first-person shooter that when you're falling.
Oh,
this is
MDK. Did you ever play MDK?
I don't remember it falling.
Yeah,
in MDK.
Every level you start off falling.
Oh, okay.
To the like the giant caterpillar thing that's eating the world beneath you.
Mm.
Yeah,
that's a deep cut.
Go play MDK, people.
Yeah. Wasn't there a sequel?
Yeah.
It wasn't as good though, if I remember correctly.
It was different. It was made by different people.
Mm.
It was made by BioWare.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's not bad. It's just different.
Yeah. All right, so that is Summerfest and IGN Live. So this is the Xbox Showcase, which doesn't appear.
Look at all those warnings.
Yeah, which doesn't appear to have things spread out in chapters, which is really annoying. Actually, now that
but God, and it's 2 hours long.
I can see these things, at least the previews, so I'll figure it out. But yeah, they started off with Outer Worlds 2, which looks great. I was not a huge fan of the first one, but the second one does look good. It's Fallout, but more actiony. Mm-hmm. You know, I never got into the characters on the first one, so maybe I'll connect better with the second one with a whole new batch of people. It certainly looks beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Great art style. I've seen some gameplay cuts before, and it does look really good. A lot of choice-based stuff, just like in your typical Fallout game. So, could be good. Obviously, enough people like the first one to make a very high-budget sequel. Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, they got that Microsoft money.
Yes, they do. So I couldn't believe that they announced this one.
High on Life 2.
High on Life 2. Couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew the first game did fairly well, but I didn't know it did this well to warrant a sequel.
Yeah, it also feels like a really, really
quick
early
turnaround.
To announce it. Yeah.
Yeah. I played a little bit of the first one. It's funny and it's cute, but it kind of like, I don't know. There seems to be a lot of game. I think we had this discussion earlier when we were talking about Assassin's Creed, where games cannot go full balls to the wall in one direction for the whole time.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it gets grating.
Yeah, you got to temper it with something else.
Yeah, and at no real point during my time with this game was I like, did I ever come out of insanity?
Yeah, it's just nuts all the time.
Yeah, which is fine. So maybe it's a game that you should play in like bursts rather than all at once. But it's like, then I lose my interest eventually, and other games come into play. So yeah, but obviously it hasn't a big enough crowd to warrant a sequel. So what was this one? Do you remember what this one was?
Not off the top of my head.
I do remember being confused about this, trying to figure out what this was. What is this? It looks cool. Oh, yeah, Resonance.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. That was
right.
Yeah, that's when it kicked in. I was like, "Oh, it's a Plague Tale game." Oh.
Yeah. Now here's the thing: did the Plague Tale games have like magic and shit going on in them?
So spoilers before I spoil those
Go
games.
ahead.
I didn't beat them, but in those games you play as the daughter of the parents that get killed, and you're taking care of your baby brother. And it's during a rat plague.
Yeah.
And as it turns out, he's the cause of the rat plague, but he like controls the rats. So there was kind of a mystical element to it.
Okay.
This looks like a complete, like, I don't want to call it a reboot, but it's obviously like completely separate from those two games. Because they didn't call those ones a Plague Tale Legacy. I think they called them a Plague Tale Story. So this looks like a completely new thing.
I guess.
But in that same vein, I guess. I don't know why they want to tie it to a Plague Tale.
Yeah.
But yeah. So also, keep an eye out for how many Game Pass games there are, because holy shit.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's the Xbox showcase, so I assume it's going to be most of them.
Yeah, it's a good, like, at least 60% of these games are on Game Pass, and I'm just freaking the fuck out the whole time. I think I got to like 60% of the way, 70% of the way through the showcase, and I just started laughing. I became delirious from how many games I get to play on Game Pass. Game Pass is fucking amazing. It's so good. What else we got next? Oh yeah, so next up they showed off
yes,
Keenan.
The
Keenan.
handheld that they've been threatening to make.
Yeah,
also,
the
I thought it was
one.
really funny that they did this, and then like 3 days later, Apple showed off, "Oh, our new interface is liquid glass."
Yeah.
Yeah. So this, I got to admit, I'm kind of like, I don't know what the point of this is. So it's just an Asus ROG with Xbox branding.
Yeah, that part I don't entirely understand, because doesn't ROG already have Windows installed on it?
Yeah,
so I don't know. I don't get it either.
If this was from a different company, like just getting into the handheld gaming PC, like if this was an ASRock product, then I'd be like, okay, sure. But this is from a company that already makes these things, so what have they done other than throw an Xbox logo onto it?
Yeah, I know. That's my question too. I still don't understand. That being said, though, my best guess is that it comes pre-installed with all the Xbox app, and it's being targeted towards people that know and recognize the Xbox brand, But maybe that will have like an appeal to the mass audiences that don't pay attention to PC gaming, and they'll be like, "Oh, this is an Xbox." That's my guess, but they haven't been really clear about what makes it different than a regular ROG, like you said. So I don't really know. I have to assume, because it has the Xbox button on it, so I have to assume that it comes with like the Xbox overlay system that the series
doesn't that come pre-installed with Windows anyways?
I don't know. Let me check. I have Windows 11.
Because like I'm looking here, and I've got something called Xbox Console Companion.
No, I don't have anything. I just have my Xbox Game Pass on here, so
And
apparently
if
not.
I push the Xbox button on my controller, it brings up a thing.
Yeah, it brings up an overlay.
Yeah, set up game bar for your device. And
Yeah.
it's got like I've got like capture and headphones and performance. That's actually neat. Am I really using 98% of my VRAM for what? Huh. Interesting. CPU utilization is at 30%.
Oh yeah, well, don't get too sidetracked. We only got an hour of recording time left. Yeah. So I don't think she says anything else here that's like.
Yeah, we can just skip past that.
What was this? Did I go too far? I may have gone too far. Yeah, what was this? I don't remember seeing this. What is this?
I don't remember. I only moused through the Xbox presentation. I didn't sit and watch the whole thing because it's 2 hours long.
No, it's not. It's 2 hours long if you watch the directs. The actual showcase is only like 45 minutes or an hour.
Well, you got a time code right there that says an hour and 58 minutes.
Yeah, because that includes the directs. These two.
Yeah.
Okay. The showcase itself was not that long. I didn't watch the directs because I don't need that much of a deep dive into. Oh, this was Blood of the Dawnwalker. That's what this is.
Oh, okay.
Which doesn't look that good to me, to be honest with you. They seem to make a big hubbub about it, but
yeah,
I don't think it looks visually all that impressive, and the animations don't look all that great, and I just think it looks kind of janky. Oh.
Also, in my brain, I wasn't sure if this was called Blood of the Dawnwalker or Dawn of the Bloodwalker.
Yeah, not a good name. Why wasn't it just called Dawnwalker?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, simplify it, guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, it didn't look that great to me. This one, however, looks fucking amazing.
Yeah, this you jumped past it, but you come out of there's like a fucking Super Mario
Yeah, that
Brothers
was
pipe.
weird. Yeah, that was fucking weird. What was up with that? Yeah, I saw that and I was like, Nintendo? Oh, Super Meat Boy. Wait, why was there a green pipe? Was that just to purposely throw everybody off?
Yeah, I guess.
But this looks fucking amazing.
Super Meat Boy, but now in 3D.
Yeah, this looks... Oh my god, I loved Super Meat Boy. So this speaks to me on an amazing levels.
I think it's a little bit too visually busy. Like, I'm like, how the fuck do I keep track of this little dude with all the shit that's going? Like, even when you don't have all the little meat men there, like, oh my god, it's
the meat men's just the replay.
Yeah.
But I can't wait for this game. I can't wait. Is it a Game Pass game? Yes, it is. Yeah. Oh man, so good. All right, what was this next one? Oh, generic anime game. Oh no, Ninja Gaiden. I think it was. Was this Ninja Gaiden? No. What is this?
Yeah, it looks like Ninja Gaiden.
Oh no, this was Neo 3. I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because I kept going. This doesn't look like Ninja Gaiden 3. Oh, it is. What the fuck? So weird. See how I mean? How all these like Japanese inspired games are just starting to blur the fuck together. It's getting annoying.
I mean, they're all games are kind of blurring together for me because we've had like 29 fucking showcases.
Yeah.
In the last week.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then Bethesda's like, "Hey, you've got pets in Elder Scrolls Online. We don't need to watch this."
Is that what this is?
It had Bethesda. They had a thing. Oh no, this is something else.
Yeah, what is this?
Oh, this is more Indiana Jones.
Oh,
it's
right, the DLC
for the
for
Great
Indy.
Circle.
Yeah. Didn't like that game. And then this was... Oh yeah, this is the game from the Pokemon guys.
Yep.
Fucking weird, man. And once again...
They've made games for other platforms for years. They're just best known for Pokemon.
Yeah. Maybe they should like use this budget for Pokemon instead of like...
Everybody was like, Game Freak, what the fuck? Why does this look this good? Yeah. And Scarlet and Violet look terrible.
Yeah. Objectively awful games. Like visually. Yeah. I mean, this game doesn't do anything for me either. It's another
samurai game. Yeah.
Yeah, like they all look the same to me. I'm just like, oh, okay. What does it do differently? Sell me on your game. And none of this you can't sell me just on visuals when it looks the same to me as every other game. And this name is terrible, by the way.
Well, yeah, but again, games just kind of have bad names nowadays.
Beast of Reincarnation. Ugh. Okay. This game looks fucking amazing, though. Clockwork Revolution. I've been waiting to see this game again. This game has been in development for a while, and oh boy, does it look fucking good.
It takes place 9 years after the Order.
Yes, it does. Thankfully, not in the same universe. Yeah. So this gives me BioShock vibes galore. This gives me like Dishonored vibes.
Mm-hmm.
It's a first-person shooter adventure RPG with time manipulation and comedy. And give me now. Give me now. I really hope this is a huge hit for them because this just screams awesome to me. Just everything about this game just looks so good. And also, like, very dark as well. There's also, like, dialogue options in this game. Like, there's so much going on with this game. It's an everything game.
I mean, it's in Exile, so...
Yeah, what did they make before that?
Wasteland, The Bard's Tale.
Gotcha.
Well, it's made up of people who made those and then got the rights to them back and made modern versions.
Yeah.
But like, there's people here who were on the Fallout, like the original Fallout team.
Yeah, it looks so good, dude.
Yeah, it's a bunch of old school people, so
yeah,
they got a lot of experience.
There's nothing about this game that doesn't look good. Like I just even like look how amazing that looks. It's that I don't like though. Coming in due time. When is this game coming out? Fuck.
Whenever.
But it is on Game Pass, so I will be able to play it. But yeah, this game needs to come out sooner than later. What was this? Oh yeah, this one shocked the shit out of me. Grounded 2.
Yeah.
My buddy and I are still playing this game, and we're kind of in the last quarter of the game. And I saw this and I texted him and I was like, well, we have a sequel to play in a couple of months because this game comes out in like August or something, or like end of July. I was like, holy shit. Now, it does come out in early access, so we probably won't play it until it comes out in 1.0. But damn, like Grounded 1 is a huge game, so I'm really happy that they're making another one. I'll have more to talk about Grounded when we beat it. We're not quite there yet. And then they showed more about Chronos. We've seen this before. Mm-hmm. It's the time-traveling Dead Space-like.
Yeah. Looks nice.
Yeah, looks cool. It's from the Silent Hill 2 team.
Gory.
Oh, this is the Fallout thing. We can skip this.
Yeah, the Elder Scrolls online stuff.
Yeah. What was this? Was this Exodus? What was this? This looks cool. I'm trying to remember what it was, though.
It looked like she was peeing out the back for a second, and then it's like, oh no, there's a wire attached to her.
This is the Don't Nod game that they're working on with the European Space Agency. Yeah, Asthean or something like that. Aphelion. Yeah. Another Game Pass game. Awesome. Feed me more. Then there's this one. This one looks really cool too. I can't remember what this one was called though.
Oh yeah, but it's like you're putting a hotel back together or something.
Yeah.
It's like a haunted hotel kind of thing.
Yeah, not to be confused with Bloody Hell Hotel, which is also a game that I'm looking forward to. Oh yeah, there are no ghosts at the Grand. Such a good name.
I suspect that's a lie.
Yeah, I suspect that's a lie too.
There are probably many ghosts at the Grand.
Yeah. Is it a Game Pass game? Yes, it is!
They're all going to be Game Pass games, bro.
They're not all Game Pass games. Well, there's a few in there that I was like, oh.
Published by Microsoft or made by Microsoft-owned developer is going to be a Game Pass game.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Oh, yeah, then there was Age Mythology expansion. I don't know what this was. Oh, yeah, this looks good. Mudang or Mudang. There wasn't any real gameplay, though. There was gameplay like at the end.
Yeah.
Like cool animation, great lighting and everything. We'll see how it turns out, but looks cool.
Man, really stabby.
Yeah, stabby. And then this one took me by surprise. I'm not going to watch it because I am currently playing the first game. But this is Planet of Lana 2. I'm currently playing Planet of Lana, so I'm hoping to have beaten it for next week. So I'm not going to talk about it, but the sequel is coming, and it's coming to Game Pass. So I'll be able to play that one too. It looks really cool. I think this was just more
Fallout 76.
More Fallout 76. Yeah. Oh yeah, and then we got Solo Leveling Arise Overdrive.
Yeah, it's an anime game.
Yeah. And then we got this like another game that will surely be sued by Nintendo. Like how could it not be? Like
yeah, now this is at this point they're
not even afraid anymore.
No.
Yeah, let's just I mean visually looks very impressive, I will say. Nice. Yeah, like it puts Pal World to shame visually. But yeah, that game's gonna get sued to shit. Animo, don't come to Game Pass. Good. You're gonna get sued anyway. So
and then what if it flared back out and said, by the way, it's coming to Game Pass? It addressed you specifically.
Yeah. Yeah. Then we got
Tony Hawk is looking his age.
He looks all right. He still rides a skateboard.
Yeah, I know. I didn't say he wasn't. I didn't say he wasn't capable of like shredding the shit out of a street. Just like, man, he's looking his age.
Yeah. This caught me off guard. I'm like, oh, Michelangelo, cool. Not the good Michelangelo though. This is the Mutant Mayhem Michelangelo, I think.
Well, I mean that's the current iteration of the Turtles.
Yeah.
They're not going to make it the '80s show for a tie-in to.
I don't know why there's a demo for a Tony Hawk remake, but sure.
Yeah, how about instead of playing the demo, just play the original game. You'll get to see what the whole thing is like.
Now, this has me super fucking excited. This one looks so good. This is from the makers of what was that? Spiritfarer, which is awesome. Play Spiritfarer, people. This looks just I can't even tell you what kind of gameplay it is. It's obviously a side-scrolling, super story-driven action.
It sounds like you can tell us what kind of game it is.
But there's like cards involved, and like look at that, look how cool that is, and look, the good name too. This one's top of my list too. Another 2026 game. Is it coming to Game Pass? Yes, it is. I see the logo. Great Pass. I am buried under games. Thanks, Game Pass. I appreciate you. What is this one? Oh yeah, just Gears of War Reloaded, I think. Oh yeah, and then we finally got the confirmation that they're remaking Persona 4. Mm-hmm. That's the only one I've played and beat. Maybe I'll replay the remake. Maybe because I haven't been able to get into 3 remake or play 5. So I think once you I think these games are so fucking large.
Yeah, I think once you played them, you played them.
Yeah, like you don't need to play all of them. So the first one you play is going to have that like connection. Mm-hmm. So I might play the remake maybe.
When are they going to bring out the one that has Hitler as a boss?
Was that 2?
Yeah.
Yeah. We got some Sea of Thieves updates.
Yeah.
Then we got this one was making the rounds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I
an
actually
Invincible
just started
fighting
watching
game.
The 3rd season of this with my mom.
Oh yeah. I've heard it's good.
Yeah, we really liked it. You know what we didn't like? All the fucking ad breaks on Amazon Prime. You know, that service that you pay for.
Pay more and you'll get rid of those ads. Yeah. I have nothing to say on this because I don't really know Invincible, but it looks cool, looks violent, and it's a fighting game. So I would bet money that this will probably come out right next to Marvel Tokon. But it looks cool. Oh yeah, and then they confirmed Final Fantasy VII coming to Xbox and also Final Fantasy 16.
Yeah,
which is out now.
Yeah, surprise! Yep. It's here.
Yeah, I love though, and there's a demo for it too on Xbox, so people can try it. Final Fantasy 16, amazing game. Go play it.
Yeah, I have to find time and or money to get the full version because I like the demo.
Yeah, it was great. Beautiful game. Then we got Double Fine's game, which is weird.
Oh, really? A Double Fine game is weird? Holy shit! I can't believe it.
I would say this is like ultra weird for them. You're a walking lighthouse with a bird that controls the lighthouse, I guess. I'm not really certain. I look at this and I go, this looks funny, but like, how much gameplay can you get out of this?
What is the gameplay loop of this? Is it just balancing? Like, is it any different from Baby Legs?
Yeah, like, and how much do you control the bird? And like, are you just walking around? And what does the light do?
Yeah,
like, I'm intrigued, but it also just seems super limiting.
Yeah, it looks like a game that is meant to exist to make a cool trailer. But what is the actual gameplay like?
Yeah, which honestly kind of screams Double Fine a lot.
Yeah.
Sorry, Double Fine. I don't know how Double Fine exists, honestly. Like, who plays their games? Like, I'm not saying they're bad games.
No.
But they're just so far fucking out there that I don't know who their crowd is. Like, who are they? Who's playing them?
There's got to be enough people who are just like, please give me something weird and different from all the like 29 looter shooters that are coming out every year. That there's got to be enough people in that niche to make them their money.
Yeah. And then we got Phil Spencer looking trim, by the way. It looks like, I don't know whether it's the camera or if he's like been hitting the gym. But he's look at it. He's slim.
Yeah.
He's slimmed down.
Yeah.
Look at that,
looking
buddy.
good.
Yeah. Looking good. And then they ended off with this one, which I don't really remember what it was. What was it? Oh, right. We're going to skip it because I got pissed off because it was Call of Duty.
Yeah. Didn't Black Ops 6 just come out like earlier this year? Or last year? Yeah.
Yeah, last November. A new Call of Duty comes out every November.
Yeah, but isn't it
normally
alternate between
normally
Black
they
Ops
alternate.
and the other one?
I don't know what happened there. I don't know why they're doing two of the same, because normally they have the same studio work on the same linear franchise or sub franchise. Yeah. So
like they'll have Rocksteady work on whatever, then Treyarch does whatever one they do.
My best guess is that they wanted to expand their possibilities of what they can work on, so they're like, let's trade this time.
Yeah, but then like.
But now we got two Black Ops in the same.
Yeah, and what does that say about the quality of Black Ops 7? Like, if they've only like basically been full steam ahead on it for a year, or did they just give it to the other team to work on?
That's what I mean. I think maybe it was. Yeah, I think Infinity Ward was working on this one because they don't. I think.
Oh, fucking! How many of them are there? So many.
There's Infinity, Sledgehammer, and
Treyarch.
Yeah, Treyarch's normally the Black Ops people.
Mm-hmm.
Infinity Ward's normally the Modern Warfare people, and then Sledgehammer is like the odd one. They usually get like the weird one that comes out every so often, like Ghost and Infinite Warfare and Advanced Warfare and all those ones. But they haven't done those in a while, so
many
I don't know.
people sent to the mines.
Yeah,
it's like in fucking what's that Indiana Jones movie? The second one. Temple of Doom.
Temple of Doom.
Yeah, it's like all the little kids in the mine.
Yeah.
Except they're like, it's Raven and stuff. Making fucking Call of Duty maps and DLC.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was the Xbox showcase. That's how they ended it, was with Call of Duty, which kind of surprised me. Because if I get my list out here.
Well, they gotta make that Activision investment worth it.
Yeah. That's not what I wanted. I can do that, actually. Then I can disappear here. No, what am I doing?
Man, this is riveting content.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm not prepared. Okay. So, missing in action from, we'll just call it E3.
Yeah.
All of these things all together. We didn't get, once again, actually, you know what big thing is missing?
What?
Ubisoft.
Well,
They normally have their own show.
Well, Ubisoft is in kind of hot water right now.
Dire straits?
Well, in addition to all the other stuff, because like 3 of their big executives are on trial for massive, like years-long sexual harassment campaigns that they apparently waged. And it's pretty dire. So maybe Ubisoft feels like, let's...
We're just going to hide right now.
Yeah, we're just not going to call attention to ourselves right now.
Yeah, so we got nothing from Ubisoft, which means we didn't get Beyond Good and Evil 2 again.
Well,
we didn't
look. We don't.
They have not officially canceled it, so it will remain on my MIA list until they do.
No, I don't. It's not. No, I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want to hear about.
I didn't say I wanted it. I just say it did not show up again. Also, what did not show up was Assassin's Creed Hex. And what else is Ubisoft working on? We don't really know what they're working on, do we? They're kind of quiet because they're dying. You laughed. Also, not what didn't show up that may have shown up. No Mass Effect. The big one, though, I think, is the next one, Perfect Dark.
I think it's too early to show off a new Mass Effect.
They just showed off. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, it's definitely possible. But Perfect Dark? They just showed off gameplay, like...
Yeah, sure.
6 months ago, I think. Or a year ago, one of the two. So where's that? We still haven't seen anything from Rare. They were working on Everwild.
Well,
I don't know where that's going.
They showed they were working on more Sea of Thieves stuff. Yeah, I know. That's not what you meant.
No. I'm bored of Sea of Thieves. Let's move on. PlayStation didn't show off anything they've announced. They just announced a new game to wait for. So we didn't get Wolverine. We didn't get Ghost. We are getting Ghost in July, apparently. We still don't know what Star Wars Eclipse is from Quantic Dream. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. A big one that's MIA, which was supposed to be out already, is Arc 2. Also didn't show up. That was supposed to be out in December. And we're now in June. Mm-hmm. And we still have no idea. That game must have ran into something bad.
Yeah.
Something real bad. Still no update on Wolf Among Us 2. I think that's about it. Everything else we probably didn't expect to see. So, all right, that was a lot of games to talk about.
Yeah,
but you know what we have left?
Screenshot Scope. Oh man, we're almost 3.5 hours into this.
Yeah, we'll only do 10 this time instead of like 15.
Yeah.
So let me break out the.
This is a really bad day for me to not sleep well.
My back has held up, surprisingly.
Yeah.
All right, what do we got?
I don't know.
It looks very new. Is this Fire Emblem, maybe?
How about White Knight Chronicles, just for funsies? It's not going to be.
No. It looks too good for... Wait, there was 2? Oh my God. 84%.
It's definitely not White Knight Chronicles.
Oh. I recognize that map UI. Oh, what is this? I know what this is. I think it's a Dragon Quest game. But this doesn't look like a Dragon Quest game.
No.
Skip.
I don't know.
Well, it's very new. Oh, is this Dynasty Warriors? That new one?
Maybe.
Or is it Origins, I think it's called?
Oh, wow. Bam. Look at that. That was out of nowhere and 100% right.
Damn.
Good job. Wow, did you see that fucking barricade pop in? Watch.
Wait. Oh, that's ugly.
Because it faded out because the camera was getting close to it. Okay. Fair enough.
All right. You're off the hook. You're off the hook.
Oh, this is old. Look at that. Look at how
Yeah,
chunky that is.
that's some.
Oh, here's for a laugh. Brave Fencer Musashi.
How do you spell that?
Well, brave.
Brave.
And then Fencer.
Oh.
See, it's right there.
Oh! Wow. Nice. Damn. That was good.
I'm surprised that I got that right.
That was good.
That was meant to be a joke.
That looks very familiar.
It looks familiar, but like it's.
I think it might be Stardew.
It's grass.
I think it might be Stardew Valley. Nope.
Oh, fuck off.
Oh, Gravekeeper? It might be Gravekeeper. Graveyard Keeper.
Oh, good job.
Yeah. That game has a very specific aesthetic.
So specific that you thought it was Stardew Valley at first.
Well, I mean, I was looking at grass and dirt. I was in the right neighborhood though, because Graveyard Keeper is a Stardew Valley like. So.
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh
wow! Look at that green.
Yeah, this is a PS3 era.
That's my. We are almost at Resident Evil 5 levels of green.
Yeah. Looks like we have a UI poking out right there.
Yeah, but only just.
Only just. Yeah.
Is that like a spring mattress or is that chainmail? What the fuck is that?
I think it's the bottom of a mattress.
Yeah. It does kind of look like it's got fabric torn off of it.
Yeah. I don't recognize this at all though.
No, neither do I.
I got nothing still.
Oh man, those iconic tile floors. Why is it that I can pick out tile floors in a fucking NES game, but in a 3D game, I'm like, oh,
because it's more realistic. That's why.
It's probably one of the Yakuza games. Let's say 3.
Nope.
Oh God, what is that UI? I don't know.
Action open world shooter. Is this like a Saints Row? I didn't play them, so I don't know.
I mean, part of me kind of thinks Dead Rising, but you don't collect money in Dead Rising. You collect points.
And I wouldn't call it an open world shooter either.
Well, it's open world-esque. The world is a mall, but it's open, and you shoot. You can get guns.
I don't think this is something I've played, so that's why I'm thinking Saints Row. But
sure.
I don't know.
Sure. Saints Row 2, maybe? You could go down to your underwear in that game. Hey!
Look at that.
You could get naked in that game.
Wow.
It would
the only
just
one I played was,
junk.
I think, 3 or 4, I think. And then I played a demo for the remake or the reboot, which was absolutely awful. Oh.
Street Fighter. The original.
Really? The original? Damn.
I played that. I've played that shit. I've played the original Street Fighter. It sucks.
Yeah, it did. I do know that it sucks. I've never played
it was
though.
Absolutely terrible. I can't believe it got a sequel, but good thing it did. This looks kind of familiar, but it's like, it looks like a game with a cartoony art style. There's only 1 million of those.
Yeah, it could be Heaven's Fault. Nope. 82%. Huh. Well, there's some UI.
Oh, yeah, great.
I mean, it's a very unique looking speech bubble, I will say.
Is it, though? Because I was thinking that looks kind of generic.
It's got like that darkness in the middle. It's not typical, and a dot down here.
Oh, the dot.
Hey, that can tell you a lot.
You're right.
It's simple things that
it's like,
stand out.
The dot. It's so unique.
I don't recognize this though.
Yeah, neither do I.
82% though.
Yeah. Oh, there's a character. I've never played this. Then if I'd played this, I would have recognized this, but I've never played this.
PS5.
Because it's like you can
PS4.
see there's a character head right next to the dialogue box. There's like a speaky scene we're going on here. Yeah, I've never played this. I don't know what this is.
No, not getting anything at all.
Oh, and there, yeah, okay. There, I don't even recognize this character. I have no idea what this is.
No, me either. No, never really got that one.
It.
All right,
never heard of it.
It's old.
Always with just the generic ass scenery. Always.
Yeah.
I mean,
sometimes we get it.
It's not super old.
Yeah, it's PS2, PS3, somewhere in there.
I'm thinking it's like a 360 PS3. I think it looks a little too nice to be a PS2 game.
Yeah, you're right. PS3 for sure. But I have no idea what it could be from though. It could be from literally anything.
No. I still don't know.
What is this?
What? No, there's giant feet. Could it be black and white too?
Maybe. Yep.
You know how I knew that? Because it didn't look like black and white one.
Yeah, that's fair. I was gonna say it didn't give me black and white one vibes at all, and I never played the sequel. So
yeah, neither did I. But I was like, there are giant feet and a little person. That's probably black and white, but it doesn't look like black and white, so it must be black and white too.
Yep.
Deductive reasoning.
So that was 6. So 7. Devil May Cry 5.
No, maybe. You can try it.
Mm, 77. Shenmue 3?
I don't know. Sure. I never played Shenmue 3. What's Shenmue?
What the fuck? Oh,
I don't know.
A PS5 exclusive?
Well, PS5 and PC, but not Xbox?
Well, that happens a lot now, though. That's what I'm trying to figure out. But I don't think this is first party, though.
If it's a Japanese game, it happens, so it's probably a Japanese game.
I don't know. What the hell is this?
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh.
I have no idea.
It's Ghostwire Tokyo.
Oh, whew. Okay.
That was close. None of these reminded me of Ghostwire Tokyo at all until this. And then I was like, oh yeah, I've seen that. That was close. 7, so 8. Woo.
Night in the Woods?
Oh yeah, it could be. Nice.
Hey, I've never even played that game.
I have. I don't. It's not my kind of game.
Sign of a strong art style, though, that I've never played it, and I'm still able to recognize it. Fuck me.
Unlike this one.
Yeah. Oh.
No idea. It definitely gives me Switch vibes.
Yeah,
because of the fog.
Well, I mean, it kind of looks like Breath of the Wild, but I'm like trying to think: is there an area of Breath of the Wild that looks like that?
No, I don't think so. Not with the different color, in the same area.
Well, there is an area.
We can try.
That...
we can try
yeah.
it. I don't. It doesn't give me that vibe though. Oh.
Well.
Apparently, it does.
Show the full size screenshots.
Yeah, it doesn't exist. It's too old.
What?
I think the oldest ones, they must filter out the screenshots to save on space, is my guess.
I guess.
Yeah. 9. Nope, we already did that one. 9. Oh, Heavenly Sword.
Really?
Oh, it's not. Wow.
Yeah, I was going to say, Heavenly Sword doesn't look that flat. That looks more like Fable. Fable 2, maybe?
Oh, yeah, it could be.
Ah ha ha!
Nice.
Chicken chaser. Remember that shit?
Jesus, yes. And last one. Jesus Christ. No idea.
It's like Arbor Day today or some shit.
It's Earth Day. Save the trees. 90%. Okay, hold on. 90%.
90% tree game.
I don't
Those
know.
trees look kind of plasticky.
That looks like a really like anime cell shaded kind of art style. It looks really good. I don't recognize this at all though.
Neither do I.
Oh no, 2020. I gotta remember this came out in 2022, so it's nothing new.
Yeah.
PC exclusive? Oh, is this like Dota?
Maybe.
Because this looks like a lane. This looks like a lane.
Sure.
Or
Dota.
League of Legends.
Go for it.
I think it's probably League of Legends, but we'll go with Dota 2.
Oh, well, there you go.
Okay.
I have never played Dota.
Yeah, I don't like those games. Heroes of the Storm is the only one I got into. And it was the only one that they've shut down, basically. Of course. Because, of course, the one I like gets shut down. It's not actually shut down, guys. It's just in maintenance mode. But anyway, that is our show. Holy shit, that was a show. We haven't had a show that long in a while.
Yeah.
Do you want to do another one? Not another show, but
well, I was gonna say, next week's the 1 year anniversary.
Yeah. Oh, are we gonna do the 100 thing?
Oh God, I don't know. Should
we? As an extra celebration? Yeah, that'd be fun.
I don't know.
See how and we keep track. See how many we get right. That'd be fun.
Maybe we'll figure that out when I've eaten and slept. I'm kind of running on fumes at this point. My brain is broken by all the games.
Yeah, that was a lot of games. All right, if you want to follow me on the socials, keep your yo-yo extended. Is that what we said?
Keep your yo-yo deployed.
Extended.
Why was that so funny to us? We lost our goddamn minds when I said that.
Because
we were laughing so hard we were getting lightheaded from it. Yep. I'm trying to remember why that was so funny.
Because we were tired.
I think we were just delirious.
Yep. If you want to follow me on the socials, I am at TJ-Leo on BlueSky.
And I am at Ninjas on BlueSky.
If you want to email us, you can do so at co.op.podcasts@gmail.com. Don't forget to join the Co-op Club Discord community server. Like, share, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, all that good
Ding-a-ling.
stuff. And we will be back next week with the 50th episode of Press Pause.
Wow.
A gaming podcast.
Are we going to have fucking Link's Awakening on the cover? Like Nintendo Power did?
I have no idea what I'm going to do yet.
That could be the thumbnail. Just steal that Nintendo Power cover.
We could do that.
You should just call this episode All the Games.
All games everywhere.
Yeah.
Or I could call it Keep Your Yo-Yo Extended. All right.
That's not going to show up well in the search results, though.
No.
Gotta game that algorithm.
Yep. All right. We are out. Get back to gaming. We'll see you next week.
Bye.